They tried to defeat me. They thought it would be easy, but I won't go out without a fight. They gave you potholes, crime, homeless, and drug-addicted zombies, and I'm here to stop it. So this election day, vote Spencer Pratt for mayor before the zombies do.
What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday, Monday, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, peoples? What's up? I'm Jim, and I'm here going to tell you some news. We're going to get into some news. We're going to talk about some stuff. There wasn't a lot of crazy news stuff going on tonight, so I was on a stream for about 5 hours with some friends, Stinik over there, talking to them, hanging out, just talking about silly stuff. And, I was going to take the night off, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to stream. We'll see what happens. We'll do a little show. If we hit the goal, we'll go an extra hour or so. We'll see what happens. All right, there was a goal. Crazy, 2 minutes in. Whoa. What's up? What about 2 minutes in? Yeah. I'm here, just talking about stuff, seeing things. Let's see who's here. We got, still Sunday there. Well, that's all right. Ryan Ogden was first. We'll see if everyone will show up. What the F? Good to see you too. 88th round. What's up? Good to see you. What's up, Dan? Awesome to see you. Joe's here. Awesome to see Joe. Janet's here. What's up? Yes, Jim is live. Yes, I decided to go live. What's up, Gary? Gary Geets. How you doing? Q Ed Waz is here too. What's up? Dusky Dawn's here. Jay Liebgott's here. What's up, Leagy? Crazy Duck Lady's here too. Still Sunday there. That's awesome. Well, why not? Why not stream, right? Why not? Howdy, Puppy Girl. Yeah, she's there just chilling. Start with this. Won't be around long tonight. Well, thank you for being here. That's right. With that $2, that means, folks, we are now just $98 away from adding a first additional hour to the show and just $48 away from Bellavision. And you guys know the goal, the way it works is that for every donation that comes across everywhere, YouTube Super Chats, Rumble Rants, gifted memberships, becoming a member, Kick, Twitch memberships, Cash App, PayPal, Coffee, Ko-Fi, and Super Tips, along with Locals coins. We add it all up. When we hit 100, we add an extra hour. And then, with each additional 100 that comes in total, we add another hour. So the show could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, however long you guys want it to be. And then when we hit 50, we activate Bellavision. Unless somebody's so generous that an individual person donates $25 or greater, then we activate Bellavision with that. And it says, I never miss Jim's show, but I watch on TV and don't chat. Well, Janet Hill, I appreciate it. That's awesome. I appreciate every person that's here. I appreciate every person that hits the like. I appreciate every person that subscribes. Gypsy's here too. What's up, Nana? What's up, Nana? Great to see you. And then we got another $2 for Brian Ogden. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much. With that, that means we're now $96 away from adding a first additional hour to the show and just $46 away from Bellavision. Yeah. Way that works. It's more cowbell. Off to put Jim and Bella on the big screen. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, happy Sunday to everybody. Hey, Fit Boy Slicks here. What's up? Great to see you. Great to see everybody here. We have some news stories to talk about tonight. Before I jump into the first stories, there's some stuff that was going on that out at the Delaney Hall and everything. But the first thing we want to talk about is this thing with Hassan Piker. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but Hassan wanted to go to England. All right. And they told him, no, you can't come. Hey, what's up, SB Farmer? Great to see you. Hey, we all came back. Well, thank you, Celtic Spirits Cousin. Great to see you. That's awesome. Cowbell, yes. So we'll see what's up with that. And we'll get going.
Left-wing YouTube pundit Cenk Uygur banned from entering the UK. Yeah, it's... Okay, well, I didn't want to talk about it, but my visa has also been revoked. We just found out. So, yes. Yes, I will not be going as it stands currently. I don't believe that I'll be able to go to the United Kingdom this upcoming week. I don't know who to reach out for this.
State Department.
I was supposed to do something with Yanis Varoufakis, do something with Zach Polanski, do something with Jeremy Corbyn, do something at the Oxford Union.
Oh, ain't that too bad?
And
it's
now,
so sad that you can't go. Just so sad that he can't go, isn't it? I mean, like, I guess England, maybe the UK doesn't want somebody who spouts all types of crazy shit and was possibly violating sanctions in Cuba, working with the Communist Party. Probably want you to stay out. Maybe. Just saying. Just thinking. Maybe just a little bit.
The Labour government has revoked our visas. Go to Ireland. Okay, guys, it's not about fucking being in the vicinity of the UK.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's possible. The poor rich kid Dindum's cannot help to stabilize the UK anymore. Yeah, it's crazy. It also could be maybe because of your abuse of the dog. Maybe they don't want dog abusers. They're blaming Israel. I'm sure they will. Been disconnected from anything going on since 5/22, just back from vacation. Was outside reception. Well, I'm glad you're here. Awesome to have you. Yeah, Zoom still works. It sure does. Yeah, get on a boat and be welcome. Sure, you could probably just sneak in. You could just go act like you're trying to, like you're trying to just come into the country on a boat or something. I'm not doing it on my own nose behind me to help. Even simple things like weed pulling into myself if I was closer proximity. What's going on? What did I miss? I missed something? Are you okay? Are you going through something? You having a problem? What the F? Everything okay? I hope you feel all right. If you're not, just say something. Let us know.
Supposed to do shit in the UK.
He's supposed to do shit in the UK, man. He's supposed to do shits in the UK.
Yeah. A sad state of affairs. where obviously the interests of Israel take the highest priority. And it's sneak into the UK. No, you can't do that. That's not a thing.
Oh, you can.
Yep.
But, I don't know if they'll let you.
Nick Shirley can go, though, of course, because Nick Shirley is a dog for the fascist state.
Oh.
That fascism is here, right? Like the administration trying to deploy subpoenas against political.
Oh, buddy, I hate to break it to you. If fascism was here, buddy, you would already be in jail, buddy. You would already be in jail if fascism was here. Or worse. Let's be real. Or worse. If fascism was here, he'd be in jail or worse. Let's just be honest. I mean, I can think of many things that could happen if fascism was truly in the United States, because it's not here. It is not here. Hey, look at this. We got a $5 from Snorum. What's up, Snorum? This is for going on FSS. It's FFS and not losing your mind. I tried not to lose my mind. I tried to keep my cool, but thank you for the $5. For the nanner. Thank you so much for the $5. That means that we are now $91 away from adding a first additional hour to the show and just $41 away from Bellavision. Thank you all so much. Yes. Hey, Doc. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Morning Doom says, never give your phone number in chat. Well, I've given that advice myself. This moron will end up in jail, and it's going to be glorious. It will be. It will be glorious. I think so. Mm-hmm. Truth, it is. Yeah, good looking out. Yeah, good looking out. Oh, SoCal. Yeah, it's a little too far for me to help either. Sorry.
Political dissidents in the United States of America, or the UK that's like completely captive to the interests of pro-Israel advocacy organizations. Like they are moving in a way. And this is the liberal government, right? The Labor government is supposed to be the liberal government doing this, and the American government is the right-wing government doing it. Like we are in the 1930s era, where I think that the administrations in both the UK and the United States of America, regardless of like their supposed ideological differences, are absolutely moving as a uniparty, and things are going to get even worse from here on out. Straight up.
Thanks. Another 2 from Brian. We'll go hard. Thank you. That means right there, now we are just $89 away from adding a first additional hour to the show, and just $39 away from Bellavision. Bellavision, if you say it in French. Bellavision. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And Jay Leibgott, you're 100% correct. You don't need a visa to go to the UK if you're an American. Are you American or Turkish? That's the question. Like, you don't need a visa, but you could be denied entry as an American if you are a subversive. Yeah. You love FFS, but damn, they uncover the worst of us, aka Liam and Gib Tony. Even Jim was getting heated tonight. Oh, it was bad, man. It was bad. I had to go on there, though, because I've tried to talk to Liam. I tried to be that olive branch to try and straighten him out. And all it ever did was get me attacked by the people in this chat and get me attacked by other people to try and say, like, because the stuff that he says is happening to him, if it is happening, that's horrible and bad. And I'm like, no, that has to stop. But if it's been happening, like he says, people should have already went to jail. It's not striking channels. You don't strike channels. You don't do that. We need Big Sur and the Owl. Well, that would be nice. I wish we could ban Hassan. Well, you ain't kidding. Wouldn't that be great? The labor government equals liberal government. Yeah, isn't it crazy? More cowbell. Until Bellavision gets activated, every donation gets us more cowbell. That's how that works. Hassan is right about one thing. It's going to get a lot more worse for the communists. We can only pray. Like the 1930s, he could always go hang out in Germany and be totally welcome in most places. Yeah, he could. Right? Isn't that weird, right? Everyone has it useless. Yeah, I'm at that point now where I tried. I'm done. I'm done trying. Now I'm just going to point and laugh. That's all I'm going to do now is point and laugh. Hey, Jason, what's up? Good evening. Hope you had a great weekend. What's your thoughts on PBD crypto sponsor turning out to be a scam and theft? I don't trust, and this is not legal, this is not financial advice for anybody. This is my personal opinion. I don't trust any crypto at all. At all. I do own some crypto, some Bitcoin and some Ethereum, but I don't like, it's just like it's not like a lot, it's just a little bit. And just because I got it. But anyway, I personally think, my opinion is it's all set up by like spy agencies and shit to spy on us. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. You don't know why people are giving Liam the time of day. It's so boring. Well, this new stuff, what he did, Doc, the new stuff that he did with the striking people and stuff is, it's not good, man. And it's got to be called out. And the people that are amping them up and pushing them into it, those people are no better. They're not. They might be worse even, because he's very easily manipulated, and they're manipulating him. A thief? You think he's a thief? Yeah. I mean, I don't. Talking about the crypto people. Yeah, I don't trust any of these people. They all seem to be really scammy. I don't know. I mean, I'm really worried about the U.S. government getting involved in crypto. Yeah, please God, let me see his son go to jail. Amen. Oh yes, I pray. Fully welcome, unless you built a computer and gave a computer a degree, and I have no idea what it is. Well, I mean, okay, here's the thing. We know, all right, that the dark web, the torrent sites and all that was all built by the government, built by the federal government. Naval Intelligence and NSA built that shit. I think, my opinion is, Bitcoin was developed by the NSA. The story about, this guy invented it, nobody knows who he is, and he's not around, and blah, blah, blah. No. They sold it as a thing. You made money in crypto when you were mining. Yeah. That, it can't be tracked. It's completely anonymous, blah, blah, blah. All lies. All lies. Everything is on a ledger. They track everything. Yeah. I have investment advice. Invest in companies that make money. Yeah, it's not hard. Jim is his own person. I learned a different respect and probably a different response to my friend. Well, you think overregulation is a problem? Anybody who knows EMP is wary of crypto tap dance on a razor blade? Yeah. And also, I mean, solar flares, take it all out. The foundational features of the blockchain is public and distributed. Its great strength. It's also greatest weakness. If you want privacy. Yeah. Well, that's the thing though, Doc. They sold it as being completely private and anonymous. Remember? Right up until they busted everybody what were using it. Of course, it can be tracked. The information runs through servers. Servers all log the information. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, let's delve back into this. Christine says, let's get Bella on, Jim. I figured you'd take Sunday night off at least to mentally prepare for the insanity coming week. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. That means, well, you know what? That means we are 69. I'll just do this because Christine, last night was so good, and the last couple nights you've been donating so much money that I'm just going to go ahead and do this and just make this $69, and we're going to just go ahead and add Bella to the stage for the evening because we're close enough, and why not? Just why not? You know what I mean? Because why not? Why not? Thank you for the 20. I'm not floating your boat. Just wanted to be known. Well, I appreciate it, Brian. I give PBD the benefit of the doubt. He probably didn't know it's hard to know 100% of what these crypto people are doing. Well, I would say the same thing, but I would look into PBD. Paul, it's whatever. Patrick Bet David. A lot of people say that his thing that he was into, this his initial business model, like I think it's that it was kind of a borderline like a pyramid scheme, that what he made all his money on. I don't know enough about it, but I've heard people make that. Yeah, woot cowbell times 20. Yes, no problem. Yes, thank you, Christine. Snapchat disappears too, Lamau. Oh yeah, remember? A freebie, Jim's getting soft or has a kind heart. Well, it's Sunday night, or Monday morning, whatever you want to call it. We're depending on where you are. Yeah, he's going in a spurred blender after Barron gave him advice. Everyone else. Yeah, well, that's the thing too. And then notice Tony came on there and basically had to just reel him all the way back to where he was. So It's not the service. It's likely a distributed ledger. It's kept secure because everyone has a copy. That's a key to the way it works. Sam Bankman-Fried. Yeah, that guy was a complete and total crook. Everyone should have copies to prevent one or a small group of people from modifying. Otherwise, it can be forged. But that necessitates it being completely open. You missed what? You would have to rewind what? I don't know what you mean. Crypto is a Ponzi scheme? I think it is. I guess, I kind of think it is, Greg. I don't know. But then again, I kind of think that the stock market's also kind of a Ponzi scheme. I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, really, the only way people can make money if it's more people come in and buy stuff, really. I mean, it's the whole point of it. It's it being like companies that you bought stock in and then they earn money and you get like a money back on money they earn. That's not really how it works anymore. No, there's hardly any companies that actually pay dividends anymore. Everybody just invests in the stock market to hope that the stocks go up in value. You think his attorneys told him not to make a comment? Oh, more than likely, because if it's something that he was pushing, he could have. If it's something that he was, I don't follow him enough. I watch some of the stuff now and again. There's a couple of guys that I really like. I'm trying to think the guy's name. There's a couple guys that he has on there that I like, but I'm watching so much stuff. I don't get a time to watch a lot of stuff all the time. Whatever you guys are talking about, whatever the dude on the screen. Oh, this is Hassan Piker. This is Hassan Piker. He's been told he can't go to the UK. Iran is launching shit at Kuwait again. Agreed on the stock market total scam. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, Breck Nichols, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Greetings from Dallas. Thanks for streaming tonight. Hey, no problem. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Breck. And thank you for the 10. It's so greatly appreciated. And with that means we're 59 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you so much. If you can't track it, you can't prove you own it. Yeah. Silver and gold's the same. Well, I mean, silver and gold's not really a Ponzi scheme because if you own it, you know what I mean? If you have possession of the silver and gold, all kinds of companies, ETFs, government bonds, all kinds of shit pays dividends. Well, bonds are different than the stock market. Bonds are different. But I mean, if you look at like a lot of stocks, like look at them, they don't pay dividends. It's like the companies that pay dividends are like the blue chip stocks only. But probably 80% of the stocks traded pay no dividends. 401k is a Ponzi scheme. College is a Ponzi scheme. Yeah. There's a lot of Ponzi schemes it seems like, but some of them are just approved by the government. Jim is talking Dutch. He watches so much stuff. He can't watch stuff. What I'm saying is I can't watch everything. Like I can't watch everything. I'm watching a lot of stuff constantly, but like I watch PBB when I see something that he has on that I'm like, oh, I want to see this. Like he's interviewing somebody, I'll watch it, but I don't watch it every day. And I'm trying Vince. I like the guy Vince. I can't remember his last name. He's very good. The guy on the show, Vince. He's so bad at being a Muslim, even the Great Britain don't want him in. Thank you for the 2, Doc. That means we're 57 away. Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, so is Medicare. Well, yeah, they are. They totally are because they're reliant on new people putting money in so that they can pay out to the older people. That's the problem. And that's why I'm saying that about the stock market too. I mean, basically, everyone's relying on more people coming in to buy. It's not like it has any inherent value. It only has value if someone else is willing to buy it. Your 401k, mine let me retire in early 50s. Well, that's what I'm saying. Sure. But if, it can work out. I'm not telling this. I'm saying this is not I'm not giving anybody any financial advice. These are just like my personal opinions, but it's the system that we have. And it's the one that, like if you want to have a good retirement and you want to retire early, you have to invest in something. So you can have a choice. You could buy like property. You could buy like stocks and bonds. You could buy like CDs and stuff. You can't just hoard cash You know, I mean, I guess if you would have, I don't know if you would have bought gold 20, 30 years ago and sat on a bunch of gold, maybe that would, because the amount of gold, how gold's increased in the past 30 years, maybe it would have been a good investment. I don't know. I mean, the stock market is universal legalized gambling, and the house always comes out on top. Adam on PDB grades you. Yeah, that's the guy. Like Adam, I'm pretty sure Adam is the guy who used to be a leftist, right? Adam is the guy that sits to his right. Vince sits to his left. Vince has like the beard. Vince, I believe Vince was in the Army or the Air Force. But Adam, I think, is the one who was like a leftist until after Trump won or something like that. And then met after he didn't become right wing until he met PDB or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Government is a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, it is. If we were allowed to take our Social Security money we paid in the system, invest on our own, we'd be better off. Well, that's what, you know, they tried to do that and everybody went crazy. You know, Vinny is great. Yeah. Yeah. I think Vinny's great. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Adam, I don't know, you know. Oh, we don't know shit about the market. You're all very wrong. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's your opinion. I give it weight. I'm not a multimillionaire that invests in the stock market. So we would all be millionaires at least. Yeah. Yeah. You're willing to learn. Yeah. PVD seems like a total grifter. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, he is a billionaire, supposedly. And he, like I said, I don't know. I've heard that whatever he was doing with the insurance deal was some kind of like, you know, I don't want to call it Ponzi scheme, but it seemed very like what's it called? It was almost like it's almost like one of those things that they did, like what's it called, like Amway, almost like an Amway thing. You got to bring other people in and get them to sell more insurance or something like that and do stuff to make money. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, that proves you don't know shit. Thinking you need to be a millionaire to own stock. You just need to learn. I was being facetious. SB Farmer. Yeah, a billionaire with commercials on his streams. Yeah. The key to stock market is to invest funds for the long term, never pay attention. You can average 20% a year. Pyramid scheme. Yeah, that's what is what's called, like a pyramid scheme. Yeah. Like Amway type of thing.
Straight up fucking fascism. That's it.
Fascism.
That's it. Israel is a fascist country, and it gets to enforce its bidding upon other countries, and in an effort to abide by the wishes of a foreign
multi-level
country
marketing,
like Israel,
you're right. Multi-MLM. Yeah, that's what it was called.
Western
Multi-level marketing.
liberal democracies that are supposed to protect and preserve speech, even if they don't have a First Amendment like we do here in the United States of America, they're supposed to have reason, like good reason. This is not one of them, right? This is not one of them. Being critical of Israel while effectively combating anti-Semitism is not a good enough reason to bar someone entry into the country. Ironically enough, one of my famous speeches that I delivered was at Oxford Union, which is what I was supposed to attend once again, where I warned the Western governments, and I warned those.
Oh, he warned the governments. He's warning the governments. He's wearing a democratic socialist hat. He's warning the governments. That's great.
Who were worried about anti-Semitism, that this dangerous association between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism, this conflation between Judaism and Zionism, was going to create an environment where anti-Semitism would manifest.
I don't know. Doc says, but debt is bad. Best thing I did is a 15-year mortgage. My house is paid off. Not having a mortgage or rent payment is amazing. See, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I know some people that are extremely wealthy, and not me. I know some people, and they told me that you don't want to have your money tied up in houses and stuff like that. That like if you buy a house, you should always have just like a interest only loan, basically. That way you're only paying the interest to carry, which you can then write off. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. That's what people told me. And then you use your money and you invest money other places and actually money to make money. I don't know. These are people that have, like seats at the board of trade and shit like that. So I don't know. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do this. You guys see the stuff that was going on with the athletes that were, everybody's attacking this guy, Jackson Dart, about standing tall for his convictions.
Special benefits from the government that these players are now choosing to attack the head of. But in terms of the politics inside the locker room, Jackson Dart, great player, young player, he is the face of the franchise. Of course. You got to think that if that would have happened just on the Giants when Eli Manning was the quarterback, or when Phil Simms was the quarterback, and some other guy is blowing them up in public, the coach or the GM would say, get out of here. We can't have you attacking the face of the franchise on TV.
Yeah. No, of course. I mean, it's a double standard. Actually, it's very interesting because, I mean, I know from firsthand, many players actually supports the conservative values and supports the Republican Party. I remember my first interview with Fox News, I was playing for Boston Celtics. After the interview, I walk in the locker room, right? And I was getting these dirty looks by my teammates. I'm like, what happened? And I remember I walk on the court and one of my assistant coach came up to me and whispered in my ear, hey man, I watched you last night. Keep doing what you're doing. We support you. I'm like, dude, why are you whispering? He said, well, because I don't want your teammate to know that I watch Fox News. I'm like, are you kidding me? We're talking about America, where we should have freedom of speech. And it was blowing my mind, but I definitely think that the conservative players definitely get in way differently than liberal athletes.
And because so many more people watch Fox News than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, listen, first of all, the stuff too about the interest-only loans on the mortgages, those are for people that have like, $50 million, $100 million, they're buying houses, shit like that. That's not for a normal person. A normal person should get a mortgage, pay it off, get the house. That's your nest egg to have the property and stuff like that. That these are people that anyway, whatever. Shouldn't even have talked about it. Hey, what's up, Star Wars Marvel purist? How you doing? Great to see you. Doc says, I ain't rich, but I'm retired. I live comfortably. No way I would be able to do that if I didn't already own my house outright. Pay off debt, especially those credit cards. Yeah, you don't want to carry credit cards. Like credit cards, honestly, for everybody should be for like emergencies only. Pay them off. I mean, if you use them, like there's people that use them just for the points and stuff like that, and you pay them off at the end of the month. That's a great way to, to live if you can do it. But you should never live off credit cards because it's just robbing Peter to pay Paul. You like Peter Ducey? Yeah, he's all right. He's good. Folks can take 30 years to make additional payments, gives you flexibility without being locked into a 15. You're in mortgage banking for 18 years. That's a good idea. That's not bad. If you're young, want to save money for your college, get the $100,000 Trump thing. Number 2, buy 20-year bonds. A T-bill has a maturity rate of less than a year. And you think, no. You thought about that, but you eventually stopped making the additional payments. Okay. Last time I had dinner was 20 years ago. By the way, I sold my house in Dallas about 1 month ago. Now you live in the sachets. No wonder you're not wealthy. Oh, okay. Good to know. Jim is ignorant. Oh, okay. Tap that like button. That's right. Oh, CF Rob says I have physical therapy on my shoulder in the morning. Then Tuesday, an injection in your neck because you have cervical spondylosis and degenerative disc disease, 3 discs in your neck. Wow. I hope the shots work, buddy. I hope they work. The surgery sucks, man. Surgery sucks. No credit is worse than bad credit if you want to borrow your own loan. Oh, of that issue, the quarterback at the Trump rally shouldn't be anywhere on the list. Yeah. Stocks are just buying a small ownership of the company. The price goes up and down based on the valuation of the business. No, not really. I mean, they don't. I mean, it doesn't really. It all has to do with the market, what people want to buy and stuff like that. Rumors move the markets and stuff. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I am not a financial expert in any way, shape, or form. Low vitamin D is correlated with that disease. I would also vitamin B12 is a problem with that stuff. So let's say a Dem gets in office, you're worried about not having money to buy stuff. What I did was divided my money into 12 piles. I bought 30-day T-bills every month for a year. Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's just showing. Look at it. And they're showing Caleb Hammer on the bottom. See, I like this Caleb Hammer guy, the stuff that he does. I think more people should pay attention to stuff like that. Like, he's very good. Like, that's, people need to do that. They need to, budget their stuff. They need to look at it. They can't be like spending money that they don't have. Basically, a lot of people live as long as they have enough money at the end of the month that their bank account has the money in the account, they think they're doing fine. But you have to always be putting money aside and saving money for rainy days and stuff like that. Nutritional problem. Yeah. All right. Oh, this is, well, I think that's kind of interesting. So here we go. A medic is on the verge of tears. We need to get out. Do you understand? We made our point. Please don't risk life. And she announced she's pulling all medics out of it. People are going to get seriously hurt. Curfew's in 15 minutes.
Oh, we need to get out. You understand me? We made our point. If you're willing to stay, thank you, but please don't risk your life. We could come back tomorrow. We could come back any other day. You understand what I'm saying? These people are not fucking around. This is not a fucking game.
Veronica, there's forces coming up.
There are forces coming up too as well. They're coming up right now. Let's go. Get out.
Oh God! You don't need to leave.
I got word that they're locking people up tonight at 9 o'clock. We got 20 minutes to get the fuck out of here. Get out. I'm not leaving my medics.
You're based in DC, so we don't know a lot about the
You sticking around?
Do you need covers?
Well, I would, Joe, you say this lady's nobody. She's just an overly dramatic, crazy person. What I would say is I would they should be looking into her, because clearly she thinks she's in charge. She's got a radio. She's talking to people. She's getting words. She got words, spies everywhere. See who she's talking to. See who's giving her this information, maybe.
Everybody out. If you stay, you're not going to have a medic. I'm moving my medics out of here. Get out.
Where are you moving to, though?
We're leaving. We're leaving. We're out that way.
This way, they're
Go that way.
blocking up the road. Come on.
They blocked that way. They're giving us time to leave. Get out. Medics, I'm taking my medics out of here. If you're going to stay, you're at your own risk. Get out. Out. Listen, they're very violent.
They're very violent.
Okay? You're not going to have any medics. I have to get my people out of here. I'm not going to risk them. To get arrested, they're blocking that way. They already blocked that way. They're going to block this way. Get out. That's it. Just get out. Out. Listen, we're medics. You're not going to have any medics here if you're going to get hurt. If you're going to stay. That's up to you. That's to you. Listen, that's up to you. Then that's up to you. Go ahead. Listen, I'm not.
Wow. That's some interesting stuff there. All right. And after conducting multiple busloads of arrests, New Jersey riot cops are packing up and heading out. The vast majority of the other rioters ran away once they saw the state and local cops making arrests. Well, here's the thing, though. Aren't they just going to come back? after the cops leave? Like, you're going to leave?
All right, listen up. What we'll do is, one to five, we're going to board, and we'll do 3, 4, 6. Everybody understood? Sure.
Time to pack up the provocateur clown show. Yeah. Yeah, they got the horses, man. The horses don't play. Horses don't play.
You know, it was just, they were taking damn a shot line. We wanted to move this side. And then I started to, and then, like, I got on the high end. They were like, we were 5.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that too. Yeah, a lot of professional organization. Joe said this was only about 10 miles from him. Yeah, I don't know. Remember when Bessent warned that they're going to go after nonprofits getting out the money? Yeah, well, that's the thing. They have to start arresting people to find out. They do. I mean, I guess they're just leaving now. This is already night's over. So we'll check back in and some other stuff. But let's get into the first news story. All right. So talks on the Iran deal are going to continue. Trump sends the deal back with some changes. So President Trump sent back changes to the proposal to Iran deal after a meeting on Friday, according to officials. This will extend the negotiations for at least another week. While what exactly Trump requested as changes, CNN's reporting officials share the president requested tougher language on the nuclear commitments and reopening the strait. Trump's request came a week following the declaration that Iran deal was largely finalized. I mean, is it largely finalized? Saying the end of the war was near. Since that update, U.S. officials have shared progress on reaching an agreement between the two countries, reopening the strait and detailing Iran's nuclear program. However, even after Trump saying he would make his determination during the meeting on Friday, a conclusive decision was still not reached. Iran's parliament speaker, Bagher Galbiev, said on Sunday that no agreement will be approved until Tehran's rights are secured, according to a semi-official news agency. And it sounds like their time is running shorter, like Trump is going harder on the proposal since they aren't seeming to negotiate in good faith. So the soldiers of the diplomatic battlefield have no trust in the words and promises of the enemy. What matters to us is tangible achievements that we must obtain in exchange for which we will fulfill our commitments. What are their commitments? Is that it? That's it on that one. What's this one? This says Trump sends back the deal. Sent back the deal with changes, and it's been extending the back and forth negotiations. The exact changes weren't immediately clear. Where's Sachet? Right? Is it Sachet, right? That's the name of it? Okay. One official told CNN changes aren't substantive. Trump also voiced concern at what financial relief might be provided for Iran as part of the deal, wary of comparisons to the pallets of cash that were delivered under the Obama administration. This Iran thing is dumb. The people there will get nothing but another 50 years of oppression. Victor David Hansen thinks Trump should scrap the negotiations. Seems like, I don't know, kind of seems to me, and this is just my opinion, that we're negotiating against ourselves. Hey, what's up, Absent Minded? Great to see you. The latest volley of changes comes a week after Trump declared that the deal was largely finalized. Even after Trump announced he would make a final determination and they'd spent a 2-hour session, they still didn't come to a conclusive decision. So Trump claimed there's been no discussion of exchanging money as part of the deal. When Iran says that's got to be part of it. What I find amazing is people commenting on Trump deal before it's finalized yet again. Yeah. So many different stories about the negotiation. It feels like a big psyop. No, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm waiting to see. CNN has learned that an Iranian ballistic missile was intercepted last week near Ali Al Salam Air Base in Kuwait, leading to minor injuries. Chris Coons said on Sunday morning that the terms outlined by Trump last week for a deal look acceptable on paper, but expressed skepticism it will be achievable in practice. Like, what? Well, we can use our tactical superiority to bomb big factories. We're not going to be able to stop them from having the power to use their mines to close the Strait of Hormuz. Well, if they try to put the mines in, we just sink all their ships and destroy all their stuff. I mean, we can do that. Hey, KPT, great to see you. Not saying we shouldn't engage in psyops, though. Well, maybe. It's an agreement to extend time. What the fuck is that? I thought we held all the cards. Give them 48 hours. If nothing happens, do what must be done. Fire up the munition makers and spend that DOW budget. Well, could be. There's Casper. Yeah, never late, always right on time. In response to Iran's chokehold on the strait, a critical passage for global energy trade, Trump has directed the Navy to blockade the country's ports. The blockade has continued amid the negotiations. And the U.S. military on Friday disabled a Gambian flagged vessel. I think we talked about this last night. The vessel that was hit. It's the fifth ship that the military has disabled since the blockade began. There's plenty of runway. There's lots of pressure on Iran to finally agree to the president's terms. Oh, thanks, Doc. This is all playing around while their government starts to collapse. Well, I mean, I think time is what the problem is. The problem is time. The problem is time. Okay. This says Kuwaiti air defenses are currently confronting hostile missile and drone attacks. The general staff of the army notes that if explosion sounds are heard, they result from air defense systems intercepting the hostile attacks. Jim is at 2.65 speed. Wow. Sorry. They're definitely being squeezed economically. Yep. Every day that passes is putting more pressure on the Iranian government. There seems to be internal fighting. I think the Iranian president submitted his resignation today. I did read that, but I didn't see. I read it on Twitter. I didn't see. How is everyone tonight? Well, I'm doing good. The president quit today, but they didn't allow him to quit. No need to go kinetic if it can be taken economically. Sometimes you got to go kinetic, though. Everyone's requested to adhere to security and safety instructions. Oh. Look at this, Wrestler Town with 5 Jim Tells You memberships. Wow, thank you. That's big bucks there. Thank you. And that says that, let's see who got those. It says that Absent Minded received a gifted membership. ND Houghton, Lynn's 66, Kathy Weirley, and Jono NZ. All received gifted memberships from Wrestler Town. So thank you so much, Wrestler Town. That means right there that we are now just $27 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. So thank you all so much. Yes, woot, woot. There you go. You got your green now. No one can escape time. Yeah. Yes, thank you, Wrestler Town. Yes, let's see. Can I... Oh, it'll be maybe tomorrow I can do them. Yeah, you're also green. Somebody's got the pistol to the head. Oof. May God guide your shots, aid you, and grant you victory over your enemy. Iranian President Pezeshkian denies rumors of his resignation. Yes, rumors of my demise were greatly over-exaggerated. Irul says, hi, I came in to hit the like, but I'm tired, so have a good night. Well, thank you for being here. I just realized that it's instead of House of Cards, it's House of Tars, and that's Maxine Waters. Mm-hmm. If we only had some cool members, only content, nudge, time to get some emojis made. Bella, perhaps, yay. We do have, I have a ton of Bella emojis. What are you talking about? There's absent-minded. There's tons of Bella emojis. What are you talking about? Look, got Bella sitting, got Bella standing, got Bella standing here, Bella with a hat on, Bella there, Bella looking over a pillow. I mean, look at all the Bellas. Bella's everywhere. You got Bellas everywhere in the emojis. There's all kinds of Bellas. Mm-hmm. No, it should come up right on the top. And maybe you might have to refresh absent-minded. You might have to refresh your screen so then they'll pop up in the thing. And then they should be as soon as you hit the emoji thing, it should be right on the top, all of my emojis. Yeah. It should be right at the top as all the emojis. I believe anyway. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Friday, the pundit reported that the president held a meeting with advisors and said he would make a final determination. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. A deal was not finalized. Citing a source, Iran reported that letters stated the president and his government have been excluded from major decision-making in Iran. The report also states that the ensuing vacuum had allowed hardline factions within the Islamic Revolutionary Guard to take control of key affairs. Did you find him? Yes, he's got him. You should see the other guy. They're appearing now. There's a dog. See, that's how it works. 60-day squeeze. Yeah. Pezeshkian, however, is denying the claim. President Masoud Pezeshkian has not resigned and continues to carry out his duties, said the IRGC news agency, citing an informed government source. So they didn't let him resign. They said, no, you can't. Separately, Sayed Mehdi Tabukati, deputy head of communications and information at the president's office, dismissed the Iranian International Report in a post on X, saying Pezeshkian would not step back from serving the people. He's not going to step back. He's going to be there. Pezeshkian's leadership's come under consistent scrutiny. A few weeks ago, he caused tension within a country trying to create a posture of strength by suggesting during a meeting with the Government Information Council, which was televised, that Iran had suffered harm from U.S. attacks. Further, he urged officials to face reality. So, yeah, they told him, shut up. We don't you're telling people that we actually got hurt over here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Then this story came out, and I saw this, and I said, this is interesting. It says, Congress quietly moves to integrate U.S. and Israeli militaries. I was like, what? This don't make a lot of sense to me. It says the U.S. government is now clearly occupied by Zionists. What? And now a move towards joining the forces of the militaries of the U.S. and Israel has been made by U.S. treasonous Congress. Like, is this real?
If you have more than $250,000 in a bank or retirement account, federal law does not protect what's All right, and moving on, a new provision in U.S. House version of the 2027 National Defense Authorization Act, released earlier this week, is now drawing attention for its potential implications for U.S.-Israeli defense ties. According to a report by Responsible Statescraft, a provision in the Act known as Section 224, it lays the groundwork for bilateral research and development, co-production of weapons, joint ventures, licensing agreements, and seemingly every manner of US and Israeli military-industrial complex cooperation. This provision would greatly expand coordination to seemingly every area of defense tech, including AI, quantum, autonomous systems, directed energy, cyber, biotech, and many more. It also proposes network integration and data fusion. In other words, the report suggests that US military's data could soon be the Israeli military's data. If fully enacted, this proposal will likely provide a higher level of military-industrial integration than US has with any other country in the world.
I don't believe that. We already have this with Britain and France and other NATO allies and stuff like that. So I don't.
However, critics warn that the proposal could give Israel greater
Propaganda?
influence in the
It could
United
be.
States politics
I think so.
and make it easier for
Not
Israeli
reported.
interests to shape American foreign policy decisions in West
Posted
Asia.
by constitutional nobody. Yeah, it's
They argue that the plan would mark a major shift in US-Israel defense ties, moving beyond the long-standing model of military to a much deeper level of cooperation between the two countries' defense sectors.
All right, well, we'll see. And this is come from 100% Fed Up says, section of the 2027 NDAA allegedly would integrate and synchronize the United States and Israeli militaries. I never trust that lady. Yeah, I'm not saying this is. I'm reporting what I'm seeing. All right, this was on the front page. Diffusing the NDAA bullshit. Okay. Let me pull that up. All right, we'll pull that up in 1 second. Okay, so this is claiming it's in there. All right, in this section of the NDAA, and it's also in Zero Hedge. So, I mean, so this is not like the only reason I pulled this up is because it was also in Zero Hedge, which Zero Hedge is usually pretty good. So there's some stealth moves afoot by the Trump administration and Congress, which are poised to formalize the longstanding close U.S.-Israeli relationship on the level of a formal defense pact. This is how we worked with Five Eyes. Well, that's what I'm thinking it is. Maybe. I think people are blowing it. I think they're blowing it out of proportion is what I think is happening. All right. I think this is just saying that we're going to work because believe it or not, Israel is very good at making these Zero Hedges getting sketchier lately. I think they're starting to drop their mask. Okay. I mean, I think maybe we're just, this is my opinion, maybe my thought, that because Israel is so good at making these defensive missile systems, that we want to share that information with them and work with them to develop stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe this is what it is, but I think they're blowing it out of proportion. The CIA is embedded in all the media. Yeah. A sweeping new proposal in Congress is moving to more deeply intertwine and combine the two countries' military arsenals. So now that's not saying military, they're saying arsenals. What are they saying? That we're gonna use each other's arsenals or something? I mean, don't we kind of already do that? Don't we store weapons in Israel that they can use, or if we need them, we use them, type of thing? Maybe. I don't know. The House version of the NDAA contains Section 224 devoted to military integration with the name United States-Israel Defense Technology Cooperation Initiative. So this is saying defense technology. So this could be like, I mean, it could be weapon systems. It could also be, it could be weapon systems. It could also be like intelligence sharing stuff. Maybe, like spying stuff, like technology could be like that. Section lays out that the United States has historically contributed an inflation-adjusted $200 billion in military assistance to Israel since 1948. So $200 billion in military assistance since 1948. That's like what per year? I don't know. It says the Israel deployed their Iron Dome to either Kuwait or the UAE, who had that on their 2026 bingo card. Yeah. All the Israeli air defense is U.S. tech from top to bottom, adapted to produce locally where possible, but they buy tons and tons of mil-spec stuff. See him say a lot of disingenuous stuff. Yeah, well, right now he hasn't said anything too crazy. If he starts saying crazy stuff or like just puking garbage in the chat, then we can time him out. But if he's just saying what he wants to say and it's not too crazy, we'll let him say what he's got to say. So this responsible statecraft says that Section 224 lays the groundwork for bilateral research and development. So this is just saying like dome technology, research and development. That's what I'm thinking this is about. You know, this might have to do with the Golden Dome. They seem to have better software than we do. Yeah, like don't we go to isn't the only company that can hack into an iPhone? Isn't that the Israelis are the only ones that can get into an iPhone that's locked? Or is that different? Because I swore that we had to go to the Israelis to have them open up iPhones when it was like terrorists and stuff, right? No? The report said the congressional provision would greatly expand coordination to seemingly every area of defense tech, including AI, quantum, autonomous systems, directed energy, cyber, biotech, while further proposing network integration and data fusion. This just seems like information sharing. Crucially, this would, in effect, combine both countries' military data and further formalize intelligence sharing. While all these things happen to a large degree, it is at the moment still subject to policies and direction of whatever U.S. administration happens to be in office. Apple can open them, yeah, but they won't. Apple can, but they won't. You know, they refused in the past. That was all psyoptics. The FBI has the iOS keys for a long time. Better to blame the Jews, though they can. YouTube has an excellent block function. The only reason I'm aware he's apparently still in chat is because others keep bringing him up. Same software, different training. If passed, yeah, the legislation would make this automatic and basically irreversible, again, akin to a formal defense pact or treaty. Okay. What follows is some fuller reporting from responsible statecraft, which warns the idea that the result could be a U.S. political system even more susceptible to the whims of. So this is coming from this is obviously coming from the people like Massey, the people that are saying the Israelis are running our government. The ambitious scheme is unlikely to be met by much resistance with either mainstream Republican or Democrat parties. However, the Dems have tended to vote against giving Trump free reign regarding Operation Epic Fury. War powers votes tend to break down party lines, with the GOP typically shooting down these efforts of congressional oversight. I'm sure we've hacked Apple and stolen the lock function. Hey, KPT, thank you for the PayPal. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the PayPal. It was 10, I believe. Yes, thank you so much for the $10 on PayPal. That means right now, folks, we are just $17 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you so much. It's amazing. 0.2% of the population is controlling the world. That's possible. I mean, that might be the richest people, maybe. Doc says, that sounds like COPE. They can track more simultaneous targets and better than the systems we have in Europe. This could sail through with little or nothing in the way of public debate or even knowledge at all. It means future generations of taxpayers could find themselves even more deeply on the hook for the permanent defense of a foreign nation. Yeah, I don't understand. I think that's what they're saying, but that's not what it says in the stuff. It's saying that we're going to work together, like share intelligence and work together on building things. He was there working at Apple when it happened. So, And then Al Jazeera says Congress advances U.S.-Israeli military integration plan. The proposal titled the Israeli Defense Technology Initiative appears in Section 224. So, and then this came in. This guy says this is from Green Beret 9 Tap says this is a new narrative being pushed about the NDAA claiming it would merge the U.S. and Israeli military so they can frame it as colonization. It's propaganda being proliferated by our enemies, plain and simple. Specifically, Section 220 means a threat. Yeah, so this guy says, oh, look at this. It passes. The militaries will merge. They're saying it's going to merge the militaries. Here's what it actually does. It creates the United States Israeli Defense Technology Cooperative Initiative and designates a DoD executive agent to synchronize R&D, testing, evaluation, integration, acquisition pathways, and industrial cooperation with Israel. That's not military merger. I'll post the entire Section 224 in the following post so you can read it yourself. Words matter. Integration in this context does not mean integrating the U.S. Army with the IDF. It means integrating useful technology into U.S. systems, programs of record, fielded platforms, acquisition pipelines, includes things like sensors, counter-drone systems, missile defense, AI, cyber electronic warfare, anti-tunnel technology, which we could use. We posted a great article above. What? I didn't see any article posted by you. The same software that's in a Patriot battery that shot down U.S. airplanes. I forgot which sand dune country it was. The same software, different quality of training. Oh, I think that was Kuwait. You're leaving? Oh, Glenn Croy's leaving. Gotta lift a heavy ass 12-inch block all day tomorrow. Have a great night. Well, thank you for being here. Oh, what's this? Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, that's cool. We'll get to that in a second. So I think we'll do this next, and then we'll do this one after that. So the people screaming our militaries are emerging either do not understand defense acquisition language, or they do not understand it, or they do understand it and are intentionally misleading you. I saw it. I got it. We'll go there next. The UN UNTHRIP giving all lands to indigenous people. Well, they can try. So promoting joint training exercises and information sharing. I mean, that don't sound bad. What's this other one? Coordinating the relevant Department of Defense components, including a regular warfare technical support directive. I mean, are we going to say that the Israelis don't have a good regular warfare department when they got people inside Iran doing stuff? I mean, I don't know. Oh, come on. You were having a convo with them? Oh, I thought you were having a disagreement with them. Okay. Well, here, I'll bring him back. There. He'll be back in 10 seconds now. 10 seconds he'll be back. Our militaries are merging in what we're getting out of UN NATO, and that we are getting out of UN NATO WEF. No, I mean, our military's not merging with Israel. We're basically doing like an information sharing stuff with them. That's all. We're putting it in paper, like share information with them. The bill in no way places U.S. troops under Israeli command, yet just like it places no Israeli troops under U.S. command. So many global commie networks, yeah. Check the background on the site reporting WION. They have had problems with English and are Russian-based, biased. Yeah, well, it was in. I understand. I was looking at Zero Hedge too. So I mean, I'm reading what it says. They're portraying it in the worst possible way instead of how it actually reads. That's all I'm saying. Like the story is what the story is. I'm reading what it actually says, and it's saying that we're just going to work with them. We're not like merging our militaries. They're trying to, you know. They're trying to make it out like something. Yeah. Share like we used to do with the UK, you know, a special relationship. Yeah, that's what I see it as. I don't see it as anything crazy. What it does do is recognize reality. The United States and Israel face many of the same enemies, many of the same threat networks, many of the same battlefield problems. Threats like Iran, its terror proxies, drone swarms, missile attacks, cyber warfare, tunnel networks, electronic warfare, urban combat. This is the world we live in. Israel has spent years fighting this exact kind of warfare our enemies are trying to export across the globe, including rockets, drones, tunnels, suicide attacks, cyber ops, Iran proxy networks, and information warfare, just to name a few. You saw earlier on Russian Telegram. Okay. We get battlefield-tested R&D that helps us prepare our forces for the next engagement. There are lessons that are directly benefit American forces. Ignoring that would be stupid. The U.S. brings scale, industrial capacity, global reach. I mean, here's the problem. We don't really have industrial capacity anymore in the U.S. We need it. We don't have it. We need it. We don't have it. Israel brings combat-tested innovation, rapid adaptation, and battlefield feedback from one of the most contested regions on Earth. This is an advantageous relationship, nothing more. People like MTG and the rest of the halal right will try to frame it as the same way our enemies will. You can see it in the next post. Oh, here she is, MTG. This is a complete capture of foreign government, looks like. Yeah. Same people calling this a military merger would have no problem with the U.S. working closely with NATO, Australia, the UK, Japan, South Korea. But when it's Israel, suddenly defense cooperation becomes colonialization. And if Russia's against it, that tells you what it's really about. How is it any different from what we do at other foreign militaries mentioned below? Frequently train on U.S. soils, establish basing agreements, NATO's, Singapore is embedded at our Mountain Home Air Base. Qatar maintains training presence at Mountain Home. 14 NATO countries conduct heavy jet pilot training at Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas. Germany retains an administrative command at Reston, Virginia. United Kingdom is at Edwards in California, and facilities in Nevada and South Carolina. The Netherlands chain their F-35 pilots at Luke Air Force Base. I mean, it's not. They're just weaponizing because they hate Jews in Israel. That's what I see it as. You should be decoupling. Oh yes, God, you people are dumb as hell. Yeah, I think this has all been overblown per se ish. Like they're trying. It's the same people that just hate Israel people. So no matter what, they're going to say, oh my God, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Mm-hmm. All right. And then this guy, another guy shared this with me, just talking about what's the return on investment on the Israeli alliance. Every year, the United States provides $3.8 billion in assistance to Israel. A hefty sum that some critics see as a one-way giveaway, but supporters joke that if the U.S. and Israeli partnership were a stock, it would be the kind that makes Warren Buffett smile. So whatever the returns, that they're saying the alliance yields a $48 billion return. So it shows these exports and imports, services. The two-way trade isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet. It's translating to American jobs. 250,000 U.S. paychecks rely in part on our commerce with Israel. When it comes to the military strategic return, supporters of the alliance often argue that Israel functions as sort of an unsinkable aircraft carrier for the United States. I mean, doesn't Israel spend like 20 billion a year on weapons from us or something like that? Finally, Jim at regular speed. I didn't think to watch Bella to see if she moved. You thought that MTG was fishing with Massey to cover up her fish smell? We do have a lot of military industrial capacity, though. Not as much as we need. We need more. Hey, D-Watt, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being by. Thanks for coming by, man. Nice to see you. Didn't do fatigue. All right, we'll check that out. I think that might be the one I've already seen. Maybe. Oh, no. I know what this is. The one in Atlanta, right? Yeah, it's the one in Atlanta. All right. So yeah, I mean, people, these are things you can agree and disagree about, the different stuff that's going on and what we're spending. Billions of U.S. taxpayer dollars boomerang right back into American factories each year. Israeli orders F-35 jets, Boeing helicopters, a cornucopia of munitions have helped keep American defense contractors busy and American workers employed. These orders add up. Analysts note that over a 20-year period, $80 billion of U.S. aid to Israel generated $150 to $200 billion in U.S. defense contracts. Because they spend the money back here. So the U.S. put about $500 million to joint R&D for the Iron Dome, and now American companies like Raytheon manufacture Iron Dome components, so much that the U.S. Army has acquired Iron Dome batteries for its own use. Oh. So I think that's what this whole thing is about. That it's just a matter of sharing information. Our Israel aid is just more military defense spending. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought the way I looked at it was that it's basically like we give them like a cash, like a rebate on the money they spend. They spend, $30 billion on stuff a year on arms from the US, and then we give them like $3 billion back in aid. Something like that. Trump has proposed a record-setting $1.5 trillion defense budget request. I think last year it was $1 trillion. Yeah, well, let's be real here. We need a lot more missiles. We need more ships. We need more planes. We would be a lot better position right now if we had the 768 F-22 Raptors instead of the 170 that Obama, cut off. And actually, we don't even have that many now. Oh, you scared Greg away right when I told him how I got my information from overseas. Now I won't know. I'll say I'm full of crap. Well, I mean, he probably leaves because he probably figures he's got a 30-minute timeout, so he'll be back. Like, I don't know. I think he just bounces from different people's chats trying to, interject his stuff. Israel takes our technology and improves it with their combat use, which should be a good thing. Well, that's what everyone kept saying about Ukraine. That's what everyone was saying about Ukraine. That Ukraine's testing all this stuff. It's basically like a testing ground, and I don't know. So check this out. EU and NATO member state Bulgaria tells American military to leave after Trump says no to visa-free travel deal. Oh, well, we'll leave then. Bulgaria's new government has moved to terminate an arrangement that allows the U.S. American military aircraft to use Sofia Airport for refueling and logistical operations, linking the decision to the Trump administration continued refusal to grant visa-free travel to Bulgarian citizens. Yeah, we don't need any of these. We don't need anybody coming here without visas anymore. Fuck that. Prime Minister Ramin Radev, elected weeks ago in a landslide election, announced Friday that permission for American aircraft and personnel to remain at Sofia Vasil-Levski Airport would expire at the end of June, bringing an abrupt end to an agreement approved by the previous government earlier this year. Decision marks one of the first major foreign policy disputes between the newly elected Bulgarian government and the Trump administration. Hey, Bulgaria, you're going to learn real fast that you can go fuck yourself. You don't like those words? How about this? No. Niet. Yeah. What about the weapons we left in Afghanistan? That could be helpful. Yeah. Wasn't it like 20 billion or like multiple billion, 11 billion, 13 billion worth of weapons we left there? like a lots. I'm here late for the drinking time. Oh, Schmeckles, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, the EU just takes our equipment and begs for more. Ukraine support was okay, but they turned it into a bottomless pit. Yeah, they turned it into a bottomless pit, and then money was coming back into all the Democrats. What's up, Gary Gitz? How you doing, Gary Gitz? Yes, ha ha ha. Yeah, what's the point of NATO if we can't use these airports and bases? Nothing. There is no point. The point is they get our protection, but they want to abuse it. So, and I think NATO needs to go away. We don't need a NATO anymore. We could have the Afghanistan withdrawal makes your blood pressure go high. Yeah, I mean all those night vision goggles and the the NVGs and the scopes and the sights, the ACOGs, the M4s, not to mention all the Humvees, the tanks, the helicopters. Yeah. Radev said he personally raised the issue of visa-free travel during a recent conversation with Trump, but failed to secure a positive response. I called for suspension of visas for Bulgarian citizens during my conversations, but I have not received a positive answer. Yeah, NATO has no teeth except us. No, they don't. While acknowledging the complexity of immigration and regulatory procedures, the Bulgarian leader suggested Sofia could not indefinitely continue accommodating American requests without progress on issues important to Bulgaria. Yeah, we left Apaches. Yeah, we left fucking Apaches. Yeah, a lot of them. Is this just big talk from a PM or is it him talking to his base? I don't know. It could be. I mean, he wants something. Maybe the Bulgarians want to come here and have anchor babies or something. NATO now American takes ownership of the bill only. Yeah. We also have our priorities. We can't respond positively to requests for long stays of aircraft and tankers. Okay, they can leave then. And then when maybe we should just tell you to go fuck yourself and get out of NATO. Maybe we'll tell the rest of NATO, either Bulgaria gets out or we get out. How would that sound? Just saying. Either way works for me. Yeah, that's right. We should have blown them all up. All the weapons should have been blown up in place. No way we should have left it all. What does immigration have to do with the airport? It's just some negotiation. Yeah, no, it's just he just wants negotiating point. He's going to use something we need. They want something they want. With South America and the Abraham Accords, we don't need NATO. I don't think we needed it 30 years ago. Don't fight with Poland. Yeah, well, Poland's cool, man. Poland ain't gonna. But Bulgaria, Bulgaria's always been sketchy. Yeah, that's right. F NATO and F the UN. Under the extension approved by the Bulgarian government, the arrangement will remain in force until June 30th. The temporary extension is intended to provide time for the Allied militaries to relocate the aircraft and personnel to alternative facilities. We're extending the permission until the end of June, so give you time to our allies to reschedule and find another location. The agreement currently covers up to 15 American military aircraft, associated equipment, and as many as 500 personnel. We are leaving Poland bases. No, actually, no, we're not. We're moving more people to Poland, from what I understand. Poland wants more people. I read a story about a week ago that we were sending an additional 5,000 people to Poland. So aircraft operating from Sofia included KC-135 Stratotanker, the Lockheed C-130 transport planes, and the C-17 Globemaster heavy lift cargo plane. Yeah, Allies playing a bit fast and loose with that one. You ain't kidding, Doc. Poland seems to be doing things right. Bulgarian officials, for their part, have emphasized repeatedly that the aircraft were not intended for any kind of combat missions. Former caretaker Defense Minister Atanas Zapfronov previously stated that the deployments were primarily logistical in nature and designed to support Allied activities. Earlier this year, speculation emerged that American military assets in Bulgaria could be connected to growing tensions in the Middle East, particularly surrounding Iran. Bulgarian officials publicly rejected these claims. The exercise in no way related to the situation with Iran or American negotiations. According to Bulgarian authorities, the aircraft participated in joint military activities and logistical support missions rather than offensive operations. The dispute nevertheless underscores how even close NATO allies can find themselves at odds over issues that extend far behind defense cooperation. For years now, Bulgarian governments have sought inclusion in the U.S. visa waiver program, arguing that Bulgarian citizens should enjoy the same travel privileges already granted to many other European Union member states. None of these member states should have visa-free travel to the U.S. None. Zero. Zilch. Nobody. None. Niet. Niet. The issue has become politically sensitive in Bulgaria, where many voters view continued visa requirements as a sign that the country remains treated differently from its Western European partners. I wish we were as strict with immigration as Poland is. Redev appears to have calculated that continued military cooperation should be accompanied by tangible benefits for Bulgarian citizens. The move also reflects the broader political transformation taking place in Sofia. His Radev's right-wing populist progressive Bulgaria party. Those things don't sound like they're the same thing. They sound like somebody just crunched a bunch of words together. Right-wing populist progressive. Them things don't sound the same to me. They want to dump their prisons. That's what it sounds like to me, and just have them come here. They won a decisive victory, ending years of political instability that produced multiple caretaker governments and repeated parliamentary elections. The former president assumed the premiership in May, becoming the first Bulgarian politician of modern history to serve as both president and prime minister. His unusual political trajectories attracted attention across Europe and NATO. Analysts have noted that Radev had often taken a more cautious approach toward geopolitical disputes than many other leaders in Eastern Europe. His positions regarding Russia have occasionally generated controversy among critics who argue that Bulgaria should adapt a hard line towards Moscow. Supporters, however, countered that Radev's emphasis on national interests and pragmatic diplomacy resonates with voters exhausted by years of political paralysis. It's sore. It's sore every day. It hurts every day. Texas needs to get their shit together, or in 10 years, it'll be blue and praying 5 times a day. Yeah, definitely. The airport dispute's likely to intensify debate about Bulgaria's role within NATO and its broader relationship with Washington. Yeah, maybe their role within NATO is going to be like back of the bus. Some analysts view the decision primarily as a negotiating tactic designed to pressure the United States on the visa issue. Others see it as a signal that Sofia intends to pursue a more independent foreign policy course under its new leadership. The White House, for now at least, has not publicly responded to Radev's announcement and remains unclear whether further negotiations will occur before the June deadline. We'll see. Hey, what's up? Late tax paid. Thank you so much, Deke 789. You know why 7? You know why 6 is afraid of 7, right? Because 789. So with that, that means we're just 10 away, folks. Just 10 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you so much, Deke. You must have got a discount code. I paid 10. Oh, okay. Oh, well. So sad watching most of Europe nosedive. It is. It is. It is sad. So very sad. Got this story here. Elderly woman brutally stabbed to death in broad daylight on a train in Atlanta. Suspect identified and arrested. An elderly woman was brutally murdered on Atlanta train, an evil attack which brings back heartbreaking memories of a similar killing last year. Hey, Dan Blackray, what's up, buddy? All forms of hostility will be dealt with by the Alliance. That's right, Dan. You tell him. Hey, peeps, did you know that chatting also helps Jim's stream get pushed out? And it's free. That's right. Chatting, liking, liking, subscribing, leaving comments on the videos. Also, there's a thing, if you go to YouTube and the thing, and there's this thing to the right where you can heart it, the reactions, put up the smiley faces, the hearts, the celebration things, the 100%. Those things help too. Those things all help too. Yes. Those things all help too. They do. They all help too. They all help too. So Fox Atlanta reported a woman was stabbed to death on a MARTA train near Oakland City Station on Saturday, shortly after noon. You thought subscribing cost money? It doesn't. No, subscribing doesn't cost no money. Nope. Just becoming a member does. Fox 5 notes that the suspect was arrested promptly and normal rail operations were temporarily suspended. Fox 5 notes emergency medical workers desperately tried to save the female victim. Yes, chatting will not save us from the solar flare galactic storm wave. No, it won't. It appears a senseless act of violence. We understood the concerns and fear that is caused for people who ride the MARTA system. Below is footage of the aftermath. This is the guy right here. He's on it. The cops came out and he just laid down. Yeah. That's the guy who stabbed some old lady. Old lady. I don't understand what that person is yelling at. See, here's an extremely graphic situation. Aftermath chilling video. Oh, man. That's a loss of blood, man. That's crazy. That's crazy on the train. Look at it. Wow. That's just nuts, man. And it's possibly another case, possibly. It was loud, sorry. Hey, We Are the Show has rated the stream. Thank you so much. We Are the Show. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Yes, so much ethnic. Yes, Rumble flag loading. Such yeah. Such ethnic enrichment. It's everywhere today's. So the Charlotte Mecklenburg police have revealed that Zarutska suffered multiple stab wounds. Oh wait, that's a different one. I would kick that dog of yours? Really? Huh. That's not very nice. My dog is very friendly, Mr. Fire 556. Hey, Rosie, what's up? Signing off? Oh. That's horrible. Wait a minute. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one, Jim. All right. And then we kind of talked about this last night a little bit. Someone put it up, but this is now a story. Was reported about it. No one touches the doggos. Yes, there you go. You can speak freely here, but outside your door, neighbors are delusional. Defund the police then ask for security on public trains. It's crazy. Gville is about a 90-minute drive for you. That means he's a good old boy. In New Hampshire, oh, that's a contrast for sure. Hey, B-Hops, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, man? Great to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. About AMA about Charlotte. You lived there 2 years recently. Oh, man. It's gone downhill, hasn't it? Charlotte, Mecklenburg area, it's gone downhill fast, from what I've heard. What are we talking about right now? Just news and politics and stuff. That's all we talk about all the time, every night. Some news stories. This story is about mysterious strangers pile out of a sewer manhole prompts police investigation. This happened in New York. Seems like the diggers are back at it again. Joe's Diggers, the tunnelers in New York. U.S. took a bunch of Iran radars. What will come out of the deal edits? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Tom Tillis is from there. He's done. Yeah. Several men were climbing out of the sewers. Sounds like a bad joke. A viral video swept the internet courtesy of Flatbush Scoop. A video shows 6 individuals emerging from a manhole around 2 a.m. Look at them all. What are they doing coming up out of the manholes? Huh. Seems crazy, doesn't it? What are they doing down there in the manholes? I mean, clearly they're going to know who they are. They're getting in these cars. I mean, this is crazy because these guys could be terrorists. 4 turtles and a rat in disguises. I mean, these could be terrorists. These could be. Well, thank you, Fire 556. I don't know. I would put that up on the screen, but I don't, that sounds personal. It's the Jews diggers. Well, it could be them, or it could be terrorists, could be drug cartels. It could be any number. It could just be people working. It could be illegals. Rats everywhere in Charlotte by the trains. Tons of gangsters, gay black dudes with their asses hanging out doing Michael Jackson dance routines. Maybe stabbing people. Oh, yeah, well, that happens. Tons of illegals. Typical thugs being thugs. What's new? There's entire encampments down there, Jim. New York is a city built upon the bones of the older New York. You think they're all white? Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought that like the sewers, I would think in New York get water in them. So it's not like sewers in LA where they're dry. Mm-hmm. Oh, look at this. It's SB Farmer. Do not follow Jim's investing advice. Jim did not give any investing advice. Jim said this is not financial advice. Jim does not give any financial advice to anybody. He did not give any advice at all. Never. But thank you for the 10.
Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible. America will never fall to communist invasion. Communism is the very definition of failure.
Thank you so much. With that, yes, we hit the goal. Thank you so much. We hit the goal. That means we are now $100 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. Thank you, everybody, for being so generous to me for the show. Thank you, SB Farmer, and thank you, everybody who donated all the money to me. Yes, Jim is not a fiduciary, and that was not financial advice. Yes. Thank you so much, B-House. Storm drains in Vegas are full of homeless. Huge issue when we do get rainstorms here in the summers. Lots of trash washed out and washes into the lake. Just giving you a hard time. Your butler is a UF grad. Oh, sorry, I can't help it. Yes, thank you, SB Farmer. Thank you so much. Yes, but like you said, if you want some advice, go to professional help, go to Schwab. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not really getting sponsored by Schwab. If they want to sponsor me and get ads on here, the only place I do tend to give ads to is King of Biltong. If you want some interesting meats that are high in protein, 50% protein, all made in America, go to BiltongUSA.com. That's BiltongUSA.com. Use promo code JIM, all right, for 10% off of all your Biltong needs. They also have a bunch of other stuff there, candies, cakes, fruits, pies, all types of stuff from all around the world. It's really nice, and I like them. And Jim likes his meat. Yes, he does. I do. I prefer the peri-peri or the ghost Angus, personally. But, I like it a little spicy. Yes, give We Are the Show a follow here. That's right. If you want thank you for that. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. But there they are. I mean, they got to know who these guys are. Look at them. They're all getting in cars. So I wonder if they're just like a work crew. Maybe they're like a non-union work crew that were hired to do something. That's what I'm wondering. Yes, buy some meat from King of Biltong at www.biltongusa.com. Use promo code JIM to save 10%. The 8-ounce bags make excellent gifts. Has the text of the Iran deal been released? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't heard anything. It says, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Hopper says, I'd love to stream, but I'm just really antisocial. Plus, I'm generally drunk. Well, I don't drink really much anymore. Video shows 6 individuals emerging. It looked like more than 6 to me. It looked like 8 people, 9 people to me, but hey, who's counting? Indeed, the video appears to show just that, though it appears that there were 7 individuals, not 6, to ultimately emerge from the sewer. Initially, the video showed what appeared to be an aforementioned spotter wearing a white shirt standing by a trio of vehicles. He walked over to the manhole and gave some sort of a signal. You're drinking in moderation as usual? Well, that's good. Always drink in moderation. That's not medical advice. Even more bizarre, several of the men immediately began to strip down, and the video cut shortly thereafter. Yes, responsibly. Always drink responsibly. Always spay and neuter your cats and dogs or something. Hey, Grizzle McThornbody, what's up, buddy? Great to see ya. Thanks for being here. For obvious reasons, the internet had a field day with this. The boys are doing some Ocean's 11 type shit down there. Yeah, they're also doing this, like Cowabunga, dudes. That's what they're doing. For the unaware, this is the second post in reference to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But for as much fun as the internet was having, according to the New York Post, local authorities were treating this much more seriously. The outlet reported that the police department formally launched an investigation into the bizarre. Yes, Bob Barker reference heard. Yes, it was. 7 gay men emerged from a manhole. Oof. You're 25 on a dinger there. Well, thank you again, kids today, for being here. Austin is a great place to live where we are, but we'll be out of here in 8 years selling our home. Well, that's awesome. Investigation apparently involves sending one of their own men down the sewer, though nothing concrete appears to have materialized from that venture. Well, I wonder if they were doing some digging up themselves, if they have something down there. Maybe who knows? They could have some kind of secret tunnel. They could have found some area down there that they could have like a meth lab or something like that. I'm supposed to say, yo, commies, Jets, and Talricos, but I repeat myself. Oh, and we got another news story here. Check this out. Turncoat Mike Pence, the traitor Mike Pence, is still being a traitor. He calls Trump's weaponization fund deeply offensive and a bad idea from the start. Tunnels are not necessarily sewers in New York City. That's what I'm saying. There he is. Remember him? Remember this scumbag? He's the reason we have Amy Coney Barrett on the SCOTUS instead of Barbara Lagoa. Based Barbara, they call her. Yes, he is irrelevant, completely irrelevant. Our Rhino turncoat Mike Pence is back in the news, condemning Trump over the 1776 weaponization fund to compensate victims of the Biden-era lawfare. What has Pence been doing for the past 8 years? I don't know, some scummy shit. The fund was created in exchange for Trump dropping the $10 billion legal action against the federal government for leaking his tax returns. Mole people? It could be the mole man. Yeah, could be mole man. Pence is a traitor. Yes, he is. Certainly is. He betrayed the entire country on January 6th. He was part of the coup. Pence was part of the coup. In my opinion. Yes, Pence was part of the lawfare. I hope he gets fully outed before Trump's out of office. You ain't kidding. Yeah. Trump recently told reporters he wants to reimburse people that were treated horribly by the Biden administration. They've been weaponized. They've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They've paid legal fees that they didn't have to. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed, and they turned out to be right. It's just Joe putting an escape route. It's not a bad idea. During an interview at NBC's host Kristen Welker, Pence decried the notion, calling on the Trump administration to get rid of this fund. Yes. Welker framed the question with typical Democrat talking points as the fund's only meant to compensate people who attack law enforcement officers. Yeah, and it's not. It's not about that. And I'm pretty sure the fund explicitly excludes anybody who got convicted of assaulting a police officer. Like if you got convicted of like physical violence to a police officer, hey, what's up, Duck Fat? Late night? Yeah, late night. Yeah. Here's the thing. I was streaming with my friend Cynic and a bunch of other people on his channel, some stuff. And so that's why I didn't start earlier. And I was going to take the night off, but then my I got a message from somebody. I don't want to mention any names. Someone said, aren't you going to stream tonight? I really need you to stream. And I said, all right, I'll stream just for you. And that's why I did it. Pence was also in charge. What's up, LaRaza for Trump? Great to see you. Pence was also in charge of the injection program for the sniffles. What a turd. Yes, total turd. Total turd. While ignoring that peaceful victims of the brutality from the Capitol Police and individuals were slapped with absurd charges while standing no chance in the D.C. show trials. Pence played right into it, describing the fund as deeply offensive. Pence is deeply offensive. Yes, they're eating the ducks. They're eating the cats. You've heard about this fund. They're going to have the video. Oh, here we go. We're going to watch the video. And everybody, if you guys want to boo and hiss.
You've heard about the president's $1.8 billion fund, the so-called anti-weaponization fund, to pay people who say they were unfairly investigated or prosecuted by the government. It's tied up in the courts right now. But Mr. Vice President, should the government in any instance compensate people who attacked law enforcement officers on January 6th?
Well, look, I think that the weaponization fund is
Amber, Riley, how you doing?
It's a bad idea from the start, and I would encourage the administration just to drop it. The Justice Department has the ability to settle cases like they did with that pro-life family who was put upon during the Biden administration, got us a well-deserved seven-figure settlement this week. But let's get rid of this fund. I mean, it's deeply offensive to me that you could have a fund
loaded question
that could even possibly compensate people who assaulted police officers or vandalized.
The fund specifically, you cocksucker, you fucking cocksucker. The fund specifically forbids money going to people who assaulted cops.
Compensate people who assaulted police officers or vandalized the Capitol on January 6th. And I think that's broadly held by most Republicans and most Americans.
What a shitbag he is. See how she spun that? Yeah. Yeah, dude is so fake. Yeah. Yep. He's a sellout. Yeah, piece of shit he is. Can't stand his voice. Yeah. Do you remember when the fly landed on his head and he didn't even notice it? It was just on him. And he's like, yeah, I'm just a piece of shit and flies land on me all the time. Yeah, look at the body language. Absolutely lying. Yeah. Yep. Yep-em. Yep-yep-a-roo. He's a shitbag. Shitbag. It says, as Senate Republicans revolt against Trump on a number of issues, in part due to the weaponization fund, they're leading a house effort. These two scumbags in the house are leading an effort to. The fly stole the show. That guy's an asshole. He's a lying asshole, as the Japanese say. Let's see all the video. How many hours they hid? The feds are protected. Well, that's the thing. It's all coming out now that they hid all types of stuff. They hid a bunch of videos because there was all types of cops in the videos. They didn't want to be exposed. Surprised he didn't eat the fly, being a lizard person after all. I'm surprised his tongue didn't get it right. And I invented the word ass whore. Yeah, he's an ass whore. The fly don't lie. That's right, Polish dog. Hey, what's up? You having a little, dobrze. How you doing? Jak się masz? Dobrze. Do widzenia. Dziękuję. Dziękuję. He's only worth a pence. Pence is an ass whore. Senate Republicans broke for a 10-day recess, delaying the reconciliation vote on the Border Patrol and ICE funding in order to buck Trump over the weaponization fund and his White House ballroom renovation. His endorsement of Ken Paxton. That's what it's about. It's his endorsement of Ken Paxton and his push to get rid of Cassidy. Yes, he is Judas, Rod. He is Judas. He is Judas. Tom Tillis, another RINO Republican, has described the fund as tyranny and a payout for punks, and has vowed to work with other RINOs like Bill Cassidy and John Cornyn and Mitch McConnell to buck Trump until they're out of office. Meanwhile, as the Gateway Pundit reported, U.S. District Judge Leonie Brinkema of the Eastern District has temporarily blocked the fund. Hey, what's up, Nomad Angry Dog? Good to see you. Hey, what's up? Yeah, great to see you. Tom Tillis of North Carolina, confirmed RINO. Oh, no. What will Congress do? Obstruct Trump more than they already have? What a joke of a threat. Romney Republicans. These guys aren't even Romney Republicans. These guys are just shitbags. What's her name? Have a Pence gold coin on the House floor for the nation to see, but they didn't care. You're talking about, didn't you see like Nancy, didn't her on January 6th, Nancy Pelosi and Pence like elbow bump? Let's just say, Pelosi gave, my bad. Yeah, I gave a gold coin. Yeah. I don't speak, no vimi po polsku. Mówimy po polsku. Zimny piwu. Same thing coming out here from Breitbart. Pence, Trump should drop the deeply offensive fund. We already saw that. This is a full interview, which I'm not going to watch. So, yeah, Pence can go suck a dick. He's done. He's Dunsky. Oh. Pence says he's seen Trump, the evidence that the White House is whitewashing a January 6th attack. Fuck him. All right. Sorry, everybody. My language is late. Dupa is about the only Polish word I know. Jim is having a stroke. No, Jim is speaking Polish. Jim, what the fuck? Dude, if you want me to go, just say so. Now Tillis, so Afghanistan, Pence, now Tillis. I'm calling my lawyer. I'm sorry. Offensive towards whom? All Polak jokes belong to Illinois Fugis. Well, Yes. And if anyone doesn't know, dupa means your ass or butt in Polish, whatever, like ass is your dupa. And dupa yash is asshole in Polish. And dziękuję is thank you. Jak się masz is hello, how you doing? And do widzenia is see you later, bye-bye. Do widzenia, see you later. And then mówimy po polsku means I don't speak Polish. And then what is it? What other words do I know? Zimny pivo is cold beer. You love Polak jokes? Yeah, me too. So sick of the Fedsurrection nonsense. Some cops secured entrances, others removed barricades and opened doors, while other attacked the crowd, inciting them. Yes. You forgot to push the buttons. Kurva, all you need to know. Kurva. Lots of base polls near me. More thumbs up and reposts. Well, thank you. Thank you. Trump takes aim at Pope Leo, meeting with the useless Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson at the Vatican. Kombucha, beer, and liquor. I'm happy to share, but I love to be self-sufficient. Hey, what's up, Rose? Be great stream, nice commentary. Not calling my lawyer. Gonna sleep. Thanks for the Polish lesson. Take care. Well, no problem. Like I say, criminally parade in self-defense. Yes, can be, could be, maybe. Oh, hell. Look at that. Thank you so much. I don't know if I should say his name. I'm not sure who it is. JC. Somebody named JC on PayPal gave $20. Thank you so much for the 20 over there on the PayPal, JC. With that means we are now just 80 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. But thank you so much. I don't want to give up your name because PayPal is weird like that. But thank you, whoever you are, JC. No more context. Passes offended with the left for the funds. Yeah, can be. Your dad came from Poland. Well, that's cool. How many Polacks does it take to change a train wheel? 0. They only have sleds. PayPal is a way to blow off YouTube. Christians need to stop forgiving and start fighting. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Yes. Henry. So whoever JC is, thank you so much. And also, you can see the banners there. There's the PayPal. We also have Cash App. And other ways are pinned in the chat if you want to donate. Jim's not impressed. Not impressed with what? With your joke? Or with the $20? Or yeah, with the 20? I'm impressed with the 20. I said thank you. What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? The poop doesn't approve us fighting the total barbarians. Oh, you're talking about the poop. GC is Jesus Christ. No, but the person's initials that gave me the money, I don't want to say it's Joe something. How about that? It's just name is Joe. I don't want to say his whole name. I don't like that because I don't like your shitty Polak jokes. Yeah. Well, it's like whole Polak jokes. Why do Polish names always end in ski? Because they can't spell toboggan. Did you hear about the Polish, the Polish expedition to the sun? They went at night. That way, they could go to the sun at night. What else? How many Polacks does it take to screw in a light bulb? 8. 1 to hold the light bulb, and 7 to turn the ladder. I mean, basic Polish. Suka, dupka, kolwa, spadjaki. But JC, not GC. Did I say GC? I meant J. The guy's name is Joe something, but I don't want to use his name. 5, 4 to hold the ladder. Okay. Yes, well. 4 to turn the ladder. Let's see here. Father Pope Leo wants his world to be in line with his. Let's see what it says here. This is not the story, but we'll watch it anyway.
So some brand new polling.
I'm not gonna talk bad about the
polling shows almost 80% of registered voters say that AI is an urgent issue that the government has to address with regulation. So just this week, this is also very much on Pope Leo's mind. He put out his first real, significant encyclical, and this is what he chose to talk about. So it's obviously very important to him, concerns about AI. He says it must be disarmed like a nuclear weapon. Watch.
Nuclear disarmament remains a service to peace and the dignity of the human family. In a similar sense, artificial intelligence now demands to be disarmed, freed from logics that turn it into an instrument of domination, exclusion, and death.
With that, we bring in Father Mike Schmitz, host of the very popular #1 religious podcast, The Bible.
No, I'm not going to talk bad about the
all
Pope
over on
today.
Ascension Press and on Hallow on social media as well. So, Father Mike, great to have you here. Thank you for joining me today.
I got yelled.
So basically,
I'm not going to talk bad about the Pope, Joe, because I got yelled at by my dad because he was watching the show and he says I have to stop talking bad about the Pope.
it sounds like when you boil it down, he's asking governments to regulate, to step in, to protect people from the dangers of AI. Is that your take on it?
Well, it's interesting because the Pope is pointing out that obviously as technology advances, that he highlights the fact that technology is a natural outgrowth of who we are as human beings. Like as human beings, we're creative, we're generative, we make new things, and that's just the history of humanity. This is simply another
all the time.
advancement of technology. But the Holy Father says, what we need to do though is we need to keep in mind we cannot advance the technology at the risk or at the cost of our humanity. And that's the part where he says, he even highlights the fact that not only have people already been wounded, enslaved in some ways by the advancement of technology, particularly AI, but also he points out that all technology is kind of in some ways morally neutral. We can either use a car to, get from A to B, or we can use a car to, hit somebody. But this particular technology is not entirely morally neutral because the creators of it have certain worldviews. And so he wants that worldview to be able to be in line with all of humanity and for humanity's good.
So he actually met with the CEO of Anthropic, one of the big AI companies, at the Vatican, I guess encouraging him to see eye to eye, to be careful with this creation. It feels sort of Frankensteinish, when we talk about it in these terms, but I think there is an element of that. We know it can do a lot of good. It can find scientific cures. Here is what Pope Leo said. This is the first line from the Magnificat Humanitas. Humanity created by God in all its grandeur is today facing a pivotal choice, either to construct a new Tower of Babel or to build the city in which God and humanity dwell together. Can you just briefly explain the parallel he's making with the Tower of Babel? Because everything goes back to these stories from the Bible, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So what he's highlighting is the fact that, again, like I mentioned, as human beings, we can create and we can build, and that's not a bad thing. The question is how we build. So the Tower of Babel was here is all of humanity with one kind of monolithic language, one monolithic task to build something apart from God. Versus he compares it with the rebuilding of the walls around Jerusalem from Nehemiah. Yeah. And he said, in that case, it was, let's come together, all the various people, and build. Everyone gets to build their own section of this wall, and they do it in the context of
Yeah, I gotta agree with Joe. He said, "My goodness, dear Pope, your job is to spread the word and preserve the church. What's with all this politics crap? His policy is peace, and try convincing world leaders to achieve it. Mind your own effing beeswax." I would not trust anyone on screen. Oh, trust but verify. The wall around the Vatican. And the Pope wants the U.S. to not have one. What a basket. Yeah, Kidding aside, my 6th grade teacher was Polish, Miss Miller, and she was somewhat sexy in context. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, growing up in Chicago, one of the Polish girls, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Hey, look at that. So, yes, we had one gifted membership over there on the Rumble. It says Hopper 433 gifted a membership to, and Polish Dog got the membership. Thank you. Yes, Polish Dog got the membership from Hopper. Thank you so much, Polish Dog and Hopper. With that means we are now 75 away from adding a second additional hour to the show. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is for each other. It's for.
Okay. So President Trump called Pope Leo for a meeting, called out Pope Leo for a meeting with the useless Chicago mayor. How did he compare Babel with AI with Nehemiah? I don't know. They're trying to say. I don't know. The Polish Illinois girls I can remember had eyes a little too far apart. I don't know. Polish women give Jim a nice pierogi. Oh, I love pierogies, man. I love pierogies. I love sauerkraut soup. I love Polish sausage. I love glumpki. I love kuglas. Someone should explain to the Pope that the mayor of Chicago is useless and that the Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. Trump's post. I also love, what is it called? Kalachkis. I also love, what are the other ones called? Punchkis. Yes. I wonder if Jim ever ran into the Pope while he was in Chicago. He was born in Bronzeville, raised in the suburb of Dalton. He was raised in Dalton? I used to bounce around Dalton. Yeah. I'm Catholic, but the last three popes get on my nerves. They said the Vatican is sight no matter what to dominate. They said what the Vatican is sight. Yeah. What's it say? Renegade Liberated said, "We are the conqueror of slavery. The fake Christians are the child slavery." Okay. Say Polish sausage? Polish sausage? The Bears. The Bears. Polish sausage. Polish sausage. Sausage. Polish sausage. Polish sausage. I don't know. Polish sausage? I don't know. Smoked sausage? I don't know. Mix it up. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder, do you think the Pope ran and washed his hands after this? Pope John Paul II was a good Pope? Yes, he was. He was. Yes, he was. It was an honor to share time with a magnificent human. His Holiness Pope Leo the 14th said, Johnson, Commie Johnson. Mm-hmm. Look at him. You're not a Vatican fan. Mom went to Catholic school. Thought it was a sin to look at the facade of the church. Could not walk in front of a Protestant church. Shite. When did I start? About 2 hours ago. About 2 hours ago. Blue eyes, blonde, stringy hair, a little bit unwashed, seemingly the EU thing. She had a certain something. Yeah. Sauerkraut and schnitzel. That's more like, that's a German thing, sauerkraut and schnitzel. Don't think you can install AC in those things. No. Kielbasa. Well, yeah, that's kielbasa is how it's pronounced in Polish, right? But not in my mom's fairly new husband has a son that was ordained in Rome by the Pope. I'm Christian. It's like I'm living in a Reformation times. Those that know saved by grace, not works. Mm-hmm. I'm in Texas. Sausage here is not kielbasa. Sauerkraut and schnitzel. Yeah, I mean, I know. But, love you some. OJ says, I love me some white women. Well, OJ, a little bit too much, I think. A little bit too much. OJ, you never did find out who killed Nicole. You were supposed to do that. You're supposed to do that. Mm-hmm. In a comment, the mayor's office said Chicagoans have had more than enough of Trump's blasphemous war in Iran. I've had enough of Commie Johnson. Someone should explain to the president that he's only making it harder for working families to make ends meet. Johnson led a Chicago delegation, including George Floyd family lawyer Antonio Ramanucci. Oh, why would George Floyd's lawyer want to go to there? Huh. Johnson presented an array of apparel from Chicago, including a Chicago Cubs hat. Some say it was OJ's son. It could have been. That's what they say. Blasphemous. Whoa. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Yeah, OJ, did you find a killer? Was he in your mirror? That's why he was checking all the golf courses to find the murderer. Ahead of his visit, Johnson told Sun Times he planned to ask the Pope to use his pulpit to support reparations for local descendants of African American slaves. This motherfucker. What about the reparations? Mother. Oh man, don't even start me on this shit, man. You believe it was his son? His wife got charged with the crime with a knife before the murder. No. OJ had an older son. OJ had an older son from a previous marriage. I don't know if it was a previous marriage. OJ had kids from multiple kids. Fun fact: Beetlejuice is changed for spelling of Beelzebub, Satan. Okay. That's an important conversation. Absolutely. Yeah, I want to be clear about that. Trump's comments came after months of tension between the president and the pontiff over Leo's criticism of the administration's hardline immigration policies. I don't want a pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want a pope who thinks it's terrible that America attacked Venezuela, a country that was sending mass amounts of drugs in the United States. Yeah, me neither. I want a pope. I want a pope that's going to call for a new crusade to free the Holy Land. God wills it. Pope Leo responded previously by saying he has no fear of the Trump administration. No, why would he have fear? The thing is, why would he have fear? Continue to speak out loudly against war, looking to promote peace, promote dialogue. Yeah, and commie shit. He's a commie. That's like kind of like Urban II. That's what I'm saying. We need to, free the Holy Land. Just saying. Take back all those Christian lands that have been conquered. Restore Constantinople. Just saying. The entryway at Nicole's condo at Gretna Green didn't really provide cover. I believe it had to be OJ or his son. No place to run and hide. Saw it in person. It's small. We do not owe you traitors a damn thing. I don't care who the Pope is. He ain't my daddy. Yes, make sure you hit the like button and all that stuff and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it out. Tell your friends. Best joke I ever heard was, I believe blacks and whites can live side by side in harmony one day in a Chinese concentration camp. Frankie Boyle. Oof. Oh, God. Didn't Frankie Boyle, he was that British or Scottish comedian, right? But didn't he end up going woke now? Isn't he like woke now? He was like a very good comic and everybody loved him. And now he went woke. He was like always getting canceled or something like that. Try to cancel him all the time. And now he went woke, right? Is that Frankie Boyle? Am I thinking right? Is that the right guy? I think so. OJ did it. Best 10 guilty men to go free than one innocent man be convicted. Yeah, Scottish. He was awesome. Now he's woke trash. That's what I thought. Yes, sir. All right, thank you. All right. Yeah. Trump calls out Leo for meeting with useless Chicago mayor. This is Johnson responds to Trump's criticism. So we'll see what this is here in a second. Mayor Johnson responds after President Trump criticized his meeting with the Pope Leo. Yeah. Brandon Johnson, I like to call him Commie Johnson, whose shame slammed him into Pope. Trump slammed him into Pope on Saturday. How is this? It's going backwards?
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. On Truth Social, the president posted photos of Johnson and Pope Leo meeting at the Vatican.
Leo?
Trump wrote, quote, "Someone should explain to the Pope that the mayor of Chicago is useless and that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon." We reached out to the mayor's office tonight for a response. His office sent us a statement saying, quote, "Chicagoans have had more than enough of Trump's blasphemous war in Iran. Someone should explain to the president that he's only making it harder for working families to make ends meet."
Oh, well. I don't care about that.
That we offer on lease.
Oh, well. So useless. President Trump calls out Pope Leo for meeting with Chicago mayor. All right. Then we got this. This is claiming. All right. We're going to get to some good stuff here in a minute. Don't worry. I got a bunch of good stuff lined up for you guys. Underground arsenal. Iran digs out military bases buried by U.S.-Israeli strikes. Now, I don't know. I mean, this is what they're claiming. They dug out a bunch of their missiles. The search and AI work great to do. Using Brave right now for 2 years. Why does the mayor of Chicago think he should go to the Vatican while a dime is Chicago citizens? It's crazy. It's crazy. Here's the thing. He brought over 50 Chicago cops with him to Rome. Like there's pictures of him with all the cops like he's a fucking president or something. You reach out to Johnson, we couldn't get past 150 police officers. Yes, like in Chicago, every day he has 150 cops on his protection detail because, you see, he doesn't want to drive because he believes in climate change, so he wants to take the train. But in order for him to take the train, because he's so well liked, they have to have police officers on every L stop and on every L car. So, like, basically the entire way. Can the cops carry weapons in Rome? I don't know. I mean, it's possible they got permission if they're security. I don't know how it works. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so though, because they're just cops. But then again, I don't know. He's not on a diplomatic passport or anything like that, because he's not a federal politician. So he's not like an ambassador or anything. So Raza says it's disappointing to see folks attacking Trump over Iran. They want a war over like a 30-minute TV show. They blockade is paying off. He's doing the utmost to avoid casualties, yet they complain. Hear, 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 hear. The Swiss are in charge of security in Rome. That's what I thought. Yeah. So, underground arsenal, Iran digs out. Analysis of satellite images suggests Tehran has reopened most tunnel entrances. Uh-oh. The USA is the most rich country in the world. Shut up, rich poor people. What's it say? Your gods are Mexican, Washington. Our 3 core values: amor victa, love conquers all. Okay, I don't know. The Swiss Guard or something is the Vatican. Yeah, Swiss Guard. Vatican City is not Rome. Yeah, Vatican City is in Rome, but it's not Rome. Vatican City is the Holy See. S-E-E-E. S-E-E. I'm sorry. It's an actual, a separate country. It's its own country. It's a sovereign place. Only in the U.S. are the poor obese. That is true. Oh, crap. You know what I didn't do? I didn't reset the fucking goal. I'm sorry. I didn't reset a new goal on YouTube. I'll do it now. I'll do it now. I'll do it now for 1 hour. I will do it now. My bad, everybody. Got to reset a new goal over there. So, yeah, so we're $75 away from adding a second additional hour to the show, right? We got 1 hour to do it. And away we go. All righty. So we got about an hour left, maybe a little longer. Because I generally speaking don't end it right when we go. Oh, such a doozer. What's a doozer there, Jake Gajoff? Why are the Swiss in charge of security at the Vatican? Because they were supposedly neutral. They're not like the Swiss were always neutral, right? Still can't send money past first round interview Friday, though. Oh, that's awesome. Don't worry about it, buddy. It's just nice having you here. You can go back to your hole in land. Go, we are not keeping you here. Hole in land. Oh, he's talking about the Pope. Okay. Yeah, Vatican City and DC and the City of London. Well, you do's it. Okay. What you're all talking about fairy tales from 2,000 years ago. You're worse than Trekkies. Oh. My goal is to get my wife off the couch. Get to bed. Biatch. So these satellite images looks like they're opening up some tunnels, according to these people. We can always fix that, though. A missile base in Desfoul, Iran. Desfoul. How many troops would it take to take over the Vatican? Not very many. Not very many. It's an ancient tradition that the Swiss Guard provides security to Vatican City. Yeah. It's been going on for, I think, 400 or 500 years. Dubai says Iran has restored access to most of the underground missile facilities targeted during the recent conflict, raising fresh questions about the long-term effectiveness of the efforts to cripple their military missile arsenal. Report found Iran has reopened 50 of the 69 tunnel entrances struck by U.S.-Israeli forces at 18 underground missile facilities. During the war, Washington and Tel Aviv sought to restrict Iran's missile operation by bombing tunnel entrances, roads, and launch infrastructure linked to its network of underground missile bases. The strategy was intended to bury missile stockpiles and prevent launchers from accessing them. Says, you grown men dribble nonsense about fairy tales from 2,000 years ago. Not even Star Wars fans can answer. Delusional hubris. I'm reading a fucking story, dude. What are you talking about? If you're 10 pounds overweight, stop complaining. There you go. Satellite image reviewed by CNN show Iran using bulldozers, front-end loaders, and dump trucks to clear debris, reopen tunnels, and repair damaged roads. Analysts say the findings highlight the limits on relying on strikes against tunnel entrances. What satellite review found, Iran reopened 50 69 entrances. Underground missile sites span 18 facilities. Experts estimate Iran still possesses around 1,000 missiles. Roads damaged by bombing have been repaired, and in some cases repaved. Dump trucks were used to clear the entrances. U.S. military is good at delivering tactical successes, and entombing and suppressing the Iranian missile force is a great example of that. They're probably trying to get the uranium. Well, I would think if they were trying to dig up the uranium, that they said, I thought Trump said that if anyone goes anywhere near the uranium, they were going to get bombed. They were watching it all the time. Any of those sites. I don't know. I think these are just other missile sites. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. Seriously. This isn't accompanied by a set of reasonable strategic war aims. It can end up being a strategic failure. President Trump has repeatedly cited the missile arsenal as one of the main reasons for the action. Trump listed a degradation of missile capabilities and launchers as key objectives in the campaign. KBT says, my God is the only God. I don't miss him. He's with me. 1,000 experts interviewed estimate Iran may still possess around 1,000 missiles stored deep inside underground facilities because many of the sites are located beneath hundreds of meters of rock. Analysts believe the stockpiles themselves likely suffered limited damage from the strikes, primarily focused on tunnel entrances. That's possible, but it's possible too that maybe they blew some of them up. They should have been using the deep penetrators to hit the missiles themselves where they were stored. They were preparing for this kind of war for 20 years. They're very prepared, said a missile expert at the University of Hamburg's Institute of Peace Research. I propose a toast to the guy that invented Tannerite. Does these CNN experts have accuracy? Not generally speaking. They generally don't. Nobody really knows. I would think the Like the U.S. would know if they were able to blow up any of the things when they did the strikes. They would have the battle damage, the BDAs, battle damage assessments. So they would know if they had secondary explosions inside the tunnels and stuff like that. If there was secondary explosions, then they hit some stuff. If there wasn't secondary explosions, what's he doing? It's a TOS violation and fraud. What's the guy doing? If they're doing stuff, Nero, if somebody's doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, take care of it. CNN, the Clinton News Network. Yeah. We're getting the uranium and validating where it came from, period. That's the issue. Yeah. Report also noted Iran has repaired the roads destroyed during the conflict and resumed efforts to restore missile bases that have been heavily damaged. The findings come as Iran and the United States continue negotiations following a tentative agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. While diplomatic talks continue, analysts warn that Tehran could retain its significant missile capability if hostiles were to resume. You're done with that BS? Yeah, well. U.S. intelligence assessments cited by CNN indicate Iran has already begun rebuilding key military capabilities, including restarting drone production and replacing missile launchers. For some analysts, the recovery efforts underscore a broader challenge. While advanced military strikes can inflict substantial damage, repairing the damage often requires little more than construction equipment and time. If you're using a very sophisticated, very expensive weapons to do this kind of damage, and the recovery is very low tech, it's just bulldozers. He drops the link every 10 seconds in someone's live stream. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard for whatever reason. I can't get do it in. It won't let me do it in StreamYard for Rumble. So I don't know why. So this guy's Steven NR. So that's this guy. Oh, I don't know. Do you trust this guy's opinion? I don't know. Let me see something here real quick. What do you think the Iranians do all day except build weapons? They don't have any day jobs. Pretty much. Pretty much. He looks like he's Karen Bass's cousin. It could be. I don't know the recipe for tannerite. I don't know either. Can't tell you on the internet. No. We just call it Gaze of Hermus to be inclusive. Yeah. You don't mind nuking them? It's just a plague. Oh, yeah. Anybody, you know what, Nero, I trust you, whatever. If somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing, take care of it. Basically, CNN's reporting Iran's reopening these underground sites. Oh, well, you're going to do that to me? Oh, well, I guess I'm not paying, so. Well, we're going to go to the next story. NYPD commissioner proudly leads Israel parade as Grand Marshal. Mamdani breaks tradition, avoids event. So that's right. Mamdani, the Commie, decided that he's not going to go to some Israeli Day parade that they've had every year for the past, 70, 80 years or something in New York. They've had it since 1949, this parade in New York. And the mayor always attends, and the mayor is not going for the first time ever. I was away doing chores. Assessment is worthless. Having weapons was never the issue. What they're allowed to do with them is. Okay. According to ZipRecruiter, you can make $50,000 a year in Iran. Oh, really? You're wrong. Thank you. I trust he's paid by probably several intel agencies. Thanks for being here, you wrong.
Happening right now, New York City's Israel Day Parade. But the celebration of the Jewish community is actually missing a fairly major figure. Mayor Zohran Mamdani will not be at today's event. It's the first time in more than 60 years that a sitting mayor is sitting this one out. Correspondent CB Cotton.
Well, I would disagree with you. You're wrong. Mamdani's not a communist. He is a communist and an Islamist. He's an Islamo-communist. His goal is to push out as many Americans as possible so as people can flood in. Yes, but he's an Islamo-communist. That's the worst kind. Like there's Islamo-fascists, but he's an Islamo-commie. He's an Islamo-communist. They're the worst. They're the absolute worst that you can get. Even worse than Islamo-fascists. If we allow invaders to stop our traditions, we will not be the country we all love. Yeah. Different marketing campaigns, rebranding. Yeah, no, he's a commie. He's a straight up commie, but he's an Islamic commie. He's an Islamo-commie. There's been an alliance between the commies and the Islamists. It's the green-red alliance. It's been going on everywhere in the, that's how they're taking power. Did you see AOC put the hijab on?
Is at the parade for us at this hour. CB, how are things?
Hey, Kevin. Well, yes, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani has broken from political tradition by not attending the day's Israel Day Parade. This is a highly symbolic day, long attended by mayors, governors, and top elected officials. I mean, even former mayors have been spotted here. To name a few, Michael Bloomberg. We also expect Eric Adams to be here. Mayor Mamdani insisted, though, this week that his decision is about the Israeli government and not about safety or support for Jewish New Yorkers.
I said on the campaign trail that I wouldn't be attending the parade, and I've made my views on the Israeli government abundantly clear. And I also said on that same campaign that I would have a responsibility as the mayor of the city to ensure the safety and security of each and every New Yorker. And I don't believe that my presence as the mayor should determine whether or not a New Yorker is safe or secure.
But some Jewish leaders and rabbis have called Mamdani's decision a slap in the face to Jewish New Yorkers. Mayor Mamdani's top police official, NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, is Jewish, and she said this week that she plans to march proudly as a grand marshal. Other elected leaders are here, to include New York Governor Kathy Hochul and New York Attorney General Letitia James. City officials say weeks of security planning have gone into today's event. You can see here some bikers proudly waving the Israeli flag. There's a heavy police presence here along Fifth Avenue where thousands have gathered. Despite the intense political reaction that led up to today's event, people are proudly singing songs in Hebrew, waving that Israeli flag. As one Jewish leader put it, what matters is who actually shows up. Kevin, back over to you.
Perfectly said. CB Cotton, thank you as always. We appreciate that. Of course, we'll have much more coming up in our next hour on this. So,
I understand. Islam only supports Sharia law. Yes, but they're using the communists to take power. They've aligned, they align themselves with the socialists and the communists to take power in the U.S. The communists aligned themselves. Think about it. The communists allied themselves during the Cold War with the Islamo-fascists around the world, basically, as a way to control those things and to use them to infiltrate the West. That's what's happened. It's been a dual attack. Get inside, burrow in deep, use freedom of religion as a way to get your stuff in there. Yes. The sand people need to remigrate. Yes. Do you think it was not safe? When's the last time a Jew attacked on American soil? Yeah, I don't know. What does the parade have to do with the Israeli government? There's always been a lot of communist Jewish people too. Probably helped them get elected. No, I mean, the parade is about the American people celebrating. I don't know. I think the second, it might even be I don't know if it's the highest concentration of Jews in the world is in New York or is it Israel? I don't know. There's a lot in New York. There's a lot of Jews in New York. That's why New York has this parade. They're a huge voting base. So I don't know. He only serves part of the citizens in New York City. All right. Mark Levin is correct in this situation. It wasn't a majority of those who actually showed up to vote. Yeah, it was a majority of those. No, that it's actually like yeah. Mhm. All right. Well, you can go bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I voted for concentrating Chinese spies before the Jews in camps. Okay. I pray this is America's rock bottom. We need to change this around and fast. Yeah. He said Jew and yeah, I know. I know. The annual parade honoring Israel kicked off in New York City on Sunday without New York City Mayor Mamdani, who earlier said he had chosen to skip the event as his police commissioner led the parade as the grand marshal. Leaders such as Huckle and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. Israel Day Parade has always been a must-attend event for mayors, governors, and other political leaders to celebrate the Jewish state, with throngs of revelers who packed Fifth Avenue. You suppose you're mistaken about what? I know you said something earlier. Where was it at? Celebrating their heritage, I imagine. It's not like I don't know if it's heritage. I don't know what it is. It's like a thing. It's Betty passes on St. Patrick's Day and Columbus Day too. I don't even know, honestly. I don't even think they do a Columbus Day parade anymore. Didn't they shut that down like a while ago in New York? Didn't Bill de Blasio shut that down? It's a parade celebrating the state. Maybe it's like they have all types of these parades. But think about it. You have St. Patty's Day parade. You have Columbus parades. You have like Polish parades. You have all these different parades. So there's an Israel parade. I don't know. There's also there's parades for like the Asia, Chinese New Year and Japanese things and the Hmongs, and everybody has parades and shit. And generally speaking, politicians just attend. I thought I was wrong, but I was mistaken. Yes. Indigenous People Day, no longer Columbus Day. Ah, yes. There's no British People Parade. Well, we have D-Day parade. Don't we have a VE Day parade or something, or Victory Parade? Or sounds like a few kind of special people in SpewTube chat. Glad Ghetto Chat never has any problems. Yeah, there's a couple special people, but they gone. Mamdani had no problem celebrating Eid in a city building. Yeah, that's right. He did it in a city building. Yeah, he did. He did. Not supposed to do that stuff. So, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, who is Jewish, told reporters as she stood alongside Mamdani at the news conference that she would proudly march in a parade. I believe, isn't Tisch also? Is he going to start a Uganda parade? Maybe. You have to do your nightlies. You'll be listening to the end. Good night. All right, thank you. Your grand was a Brit. She would have taken us to the parade if there was one for England. We kind of do have a parade for England, though, B-Hops. It's called the 4th of July, Let's be honest. There's only two parades in New York City, Thanksgiving and Puerto Rican Day. The Puerto Rican Day parade is no joke, man. No joke. New York Republican gubernatorial candidate Bruce Blakeman, who has long criticized Mamdani, called the mayor's anti-Israel during his own news conference before the parade began. You want to know what the British do in America? The New York City British Embassy spent $50,000 on the LGBT Pride Parade last year. Yeah, they all like to do that stuff, don't they? Yeah, we're kind of better than them since 1776. Yeah. New York Republican. Yeah, so he said this. I think he's an anti-Semite. I think he's anti-Israel. Well, I mean, you can be anti-Israel without being an anti-Semite, but a lot of times the people that say they're anti-Israel are really just anti-Semites, and they're using the anti-Israel thing as a cover. Because you could say, like, yeah, but that's what I've just noticed as a noticer. Yeah, one of the first things he did as mayor was water down the definition of anti-Semitism. Blakeman said that Mamdani denigrates Israel. He never says anything about places like Iran, China, Russia, places that really don't have any human rights. So we don't want to see him marching here because we don't want a wolf in sheep's clothing during our parade. Don't you know that noticing is not nice? Puerto Rican parade is like a scene. Yeah, it is. You hired a trans employee. She said she just wants to be treated like real women, so I cut her pay. Danny Dannon, Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, said he was excited to see thousands of people coming out to celebrate Israel despite Mamdani's decision to skip the parade. Out of West Side Story. Yeah. I am just Islamophobic since they chant regularly death to all Americans. I'm not. See, the thing, people say you're Islamophobic. That implies an irrational fear. There's nothing irrational about being leery about suicide bombers and people that'll cut your heads off. People that'll cut clits off and all the other shit they do. That's not irrational. That's called being having common sense. Special people are funny. Salty Cracker loves his hate watchers. If you can get someone to watch a show that disagrees, you're doing your job. Oh, well, thanks, Hopper. I appreciate that. I have a few dedicated people that come into the chat, and generally I'll let them go until they start to go off the rails, and then I just kind of go. And I don't ban anybody. I just time them out. Yeah, it's like being called murder phobic. Yeah. Yeah, so true. A fear of a totalitarian death cult is rational. It is. It'd be irrational to not be afraid. It's called being observant and aware. While the mayor chose to boycott the event and turn his back on tens of thousands of Jews and supporters of Israel, the public came out in droves. Anyone who thinks you can erase Israel or distance the Jewish community from New York City saw the answer today. They're the deodorant phobe. Yeah, they are. They're afraid of deodorant. Meanwhile, Huckle and Scummer were joined at the parade by other New York leaders like Attorney General Fat-Ass Tish James. I made up that word too. Yeah, great. Speaking before the parade began, Scummer denounced what he called an ugly resurgence of anti-Semitism. And now we're seeing an ugly resurgence of anti-Semitism across the world, driven by the same lies and libels that have tormented the Jewish people for generations. Except now they're transmitted at the speed of fiber optic. In 30 seconds, lies are on your pocket phone. That's why a Jewish state is more important than ever. Anti-Semitism isn't going away. It always lingers, dormant in the shadows, waiting for the right conditions. Well, I wonder what you're going to do about all the people in your party, Scummer, that are so anti-Semitic, like, AOC, like Crockett, Slavey Crockett. Black guy with a gun shooting. Don't worry, they will miss me. Do people know how much crap was not reported because many took 911 personal? No Islamophobia, just getbacks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, and the poster says, ex-New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg set to march an Israel Day parade, sticking it to Mamdani. Former Mayor Bloomberg plans to march in the Israel Day parade. He's a big supporter of Israel. God, he doesn't look too good. While Bloomberg marched in a parade during his 12 years in office, a source familiar with the parade's planning this year said the former mayor wanted to show support because successor Mamdani is snubbing the march. Mamdani is a staunch critic of Israel and even supports a boycott. Like BLM got away with chaos and racism. I learned it by watching The U. Okay. I'll eat a hamburger, then commit murder. Okay. Europe phobia is an actual thing, though. Even if anti-Semitism ever declined, it would just be redefined and funded to exist by the SPLC to justify more NGO spending. Well, it's the ADL does that, not the SPLC doesn't really. They're fraud, really frauds, but the ADL is pretty bad too. This is Bloomberg sticking it to Mamdani. Eric Adams is also proudly marching in Sunday's parade. Ben Sass on a nasty drug for stage 4 cancer that destroyed his face. Oh my God. That's crazy looking. That's a lot of gold bars. So, all righty. All right, let's do this. Wow, I know I got it here. Oh, here we go. Texas Senate race. When demon rats like Talrico claim you're on stolen land, here's how you can respond. I've had a rough time imagining the SPLC and ADL aren't tightly integrated. There probably are. They just take different tacks. If you know how many crimes were prevented because I carried as a cashier, I never had to pull my gun, just pull up my shirt. I'm glad they let you do it. Some places won't let you do it. Trump, he's the man. If he can't do it, I sure the fuck can't. There you go. That's a good thing. Hey, Jake, what's up? How you doing? Checking out over there on the Twitch. Great to see you. Thanks for stepping by. Good to see you. Jake had made a song for me. I don't know. I don't know if I can play it though, because I think I might get a strike if I play it because it's copyrighted. The myth of stolen lands and erasure of indigenous agency. At the 2026 Grammy Awards in Los Angeles, Billie Eilish accepted Song of the Year and used her moment at the podium to deliver a familiar political refrain. California, she said, is stolen land. No one is illegal on stolen land. The line drew applause. It always does. Slogans are designed for that effect. They compress moral judgment into a sentence short enough to chant, long enough to sound profound, and vague enough to resist scrutiny.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
And she's retarded. Her brain is in stolen space. It's no longer in her head. But slogans are not arguments. And when elevated to the status of moral axioms, they often do more damage than their authors intend. No one is illegal on stolen land is one such case. Stolen from whom? By whom? Yeah, it's not stolen. Shit was conquered. That's how it works. Yeah, people aren't illegal. They commit crimes, you daffy broad. Yeah. The word illegal alien is in the federal code. It means someone who's illegally present on U.S. land. If you don't want it to be U.S. land, take up arms, declare a revolution, Miss Cunty McCuntestein, and do something about it. Where did she make her money? Yeah, here. She stole it all. Hey, what's up? Louis, beam me up. How you doing? Billie Eilish is a tard. Oh, yes. Most deaf. And purchased. We bought it. Yeah, we bought some of the land. We bought Manhattan for some fucking beads. I can't help it. They made a bad deal. We purchased some of it from Mexico. Yeah, well, we kind of at the barrel of a gun, kind of, but yeah. It presupposes a simple picture of California's past, a picture in which a coherent and unified indigenous society peacefully inhabited a defined territory until an external power arrived and stole it. History does not cooperate with that picture, nor does a serious respect for indigenous peoples as a rational political agents. Begin with the basic question: what would it mean for California to be stolen? Then we bought Berlin. Yeah. Theft is not merely a fact of loss, it's the wrongful taking of something from a rightful owner. To establish theft, one must identify an owner, a thing owned, and taking that violates a recognized norm of acquisition to transfer. Each element matters. Remove any one, and the charge collapses into rhetoric. California, before European contact, was not a single political entity. It was the home to hundreds of distinct tribal societies, often estimated at 500 or more, speaking different languages, organized under different norms, and occupying overlapping or shifting territories. These societies traded with one another, fought with one another, enslaved captives, absorbed defeated groups, displaced rivals. Territorial control was real, but it was not static. Land changed hands repeatedly through violence, negotiation, and migration. Though not an aberration, it was normal human history. Those beads were worth millions of dollars. Yeah, it seems like it, right? One might object that this observation trivializes later injustices. It does not. It clarifies them. Recognizing that indigenous societies exercised power, made war, and negotiated boundaries is not an insult. It's the opposite. It treats them as full political actors rather than a passive symbol of a modern morality play. The different tribes tried to slaughter and enslave each other. Yeah, they did. By the time the Spanish missionaries and soldiers established a sustained presence, in California, indigenous California had already been transformed by forces internal to the continent. Disease, resource pressure, and intertribal conflict had reduced populations and altered political structures. Spain claimed California as a colonial possession, governed it for over half a century, integrated it into a broader imperial system. When Mexico gained independence, it inherited Spanish sovereignty. California then passed from Mexico to the U.S. in 1848 through the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, a treaty negotiated between two recognized states following a declared war and ratified under international law of the era. And they're still too weak with white man technology to take it back. Well, and it took Zorro to bring justice. That's right. On God. One can condemn the war. Many did, even at the time, but condemnation does not erase the legal fact of transfer. Mexico ceded California in exchange for $15 million and the assumption of $3.25 million in debt. That's not theft in any coherent legal sense. If it is state succession and mechanism and a mechanism by which sovereignty has changed hands through recorded history. I don't think we can play it here, but this clip is great. Chief Sitting Bull meets with Colonel Nelson Miles. Bury my heart at Wounded Knee. I don't think we can play it. At this point, critics often shift the argument. The land may have passed legally between the colonial powers, they say, but it was never theirs to give. It belonged to the tribes. The objection deserves careful treatment because it raises the hardest questions. The U.S. government itself recognized the questions. In the early 1850s, federal negotiators entered into treaties with California tribes, treaties that involved the cessation of land in exchange for reservations, goods, livestock, and federal recognition. These agreements were not symbolic gestures. They were attempts, however flawed, to regularize sovereignty through consent rather than extermination. Some treaties were shamefully mishandled, delayed, or ignored. That failure remains a stain, but the existence of the treaties matters. It shows that tribal leaders were not treated merely as obstacles to be cleared, but as parties capable of bargaining, choosing, and surviving. Yeah, let them attack and conquer. They tried. Yeah, the tribes were nomadic. They didn't own shite. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? I see I'm not the only one up at this hour. No, you're not. Yep. We are all tards. Welcome. To insist that the arguments were meaningless because the tribes were too weak to consent is to deny indigenous agency altogether. It implies the native leaders were incapable of understanding trade-offs, incapable of acting strategically, incapable of making binding decisions for their people. That view is not morally enlightened. It's condescending. Yes, it is. These are the same people that say stuff about a certain group of people being too dumb to get IDs. The moral record of the U.S. and California is mixed. It's often dark. Violence, displacement, broken promises. None of that's in dispute, but the moral wrongdoing does not automatically negate sovereignty. If it did, nearly every nation on earth would be illegitimate. Borders everywhere are the product of conquest, negotiation, succession, compromise. To single out California as uniquely stolen is to apply a standard that no historical society can meet. Nor is it frozen, nor is history frozen in the 19th century. Yep. Over the 20th century, federal policy shifted towards recognition, restitution, and self-governance. The Rancheria Act of 1958 transferred land titles to thousands of California Indians, converting federal trust lands into property owned by tribes and individuals. These were not gestures of guilt without substance. They were real assets. Many became the foundation of the modern tribal enterprises. Today, dozens of California tribes operate gaming and hospitality businesses, generating billions in annual revenue. These enterprises fund schools, healthcare, housing, and infrastructure. They are expressions of sovereignty, not relics of victimhood. They demonstrate that the relationship between the tribes and the U.S. has been dynamic. It's been contested. It's evolving, and it's not a single unresolved act of theft. This brings it back to the slogan, no one is illegal on stolen land. It collapses all of this into a single moral accusation. It erases centuries of indigenous conflict. It ignores treaties, compensation, and legal succession. It treats sovereignty as something that can only be lost, never acquired. Yep, large casinos now exist on those tribal lands. Yep, they create billions of dollars. It reduces the indigenous peoples to rhetorical props, useful for condemning the present but denying their past. The whites in Spanish gave whatever we call them now, horses. There's a deeper incoherence. If California is stolen land in a way that nullifies all subsequent law, then property itself loses meaning. Ownership can become arbitrary, borders dissolve, so do contracts. If the original wrong poisons everything that follows, then no later arrangement can ever be legitimate. That conclusion is not radical justice, it's moral nihilism. The irony is that those who repeat the slogan do not live by it. Billie Eilish, like many wealthy Californians, has sought restraining orders to keep unwanted people off their Malibu property. Hey, what? How do you keep people off your property if it's stolen land there, Cunty McCuntenstein? She asserts exclusive control over land, calls the police to enforce it, and relies on the very legal system whose legitimacy the slogan denies. If no one is illegal on stolen land, and what is the basis? Is anyone excluded? What right does she have to draw a boundary to say no farther? See, granted a restraining order against trespasser, seeks a restraining order after a man broke into her parents' home. Restraining order. Wow. The same question applies to intellectual property. If songs are written on stolen land using stolen resources, what grounds remains for exclusive copyright? Uh-oh. Why should anyone be barred from reproducing, selling, or profiting from them? If the past invalidates the present, then everything belongs to everyone. Few who chant the slogan are prepared to accept that conclusion. History is not a morality tale with permanent villains and permanent victims. It's a record of human beings acting under constraint, making choices, committing wrongs, striking bargains, and adapting. California's history is no exception. Land there has changed hands by spear and treaty, by war and payment, by collapse and consolidation. To call the entire process theft is not clarity, it's theater.
Sitting Bull requested this counsel. We await his words.
Oh, I think that's the thing that we're talking about.
Let's take them out of our lands.
What precisely are your lands?
These are the lands where my people lived before you whites first came.
Ah.
And what would you say to the Mormons and others who believe that their God has given to them Indian lands?
Okay, so I don't think I can play that without getting in trouble. California is not stolen land. Seems complicated to justify property rights via the taking of it by violence. All land was taken by violence, dude. Do you understand that's how everything works? Jesus Christ, man. Slavery, you can't blame me for something I missed out on. Yeah. By that measure, everyone was responsible for everything that happened in history. Well, yeah, it is. Could be. It's a great clip. Yeah, but I don't think I can play it without getting a copyright strike. I might have already played too much of it. Might already be a problem. I'm probably going to have to clip it out. that guy was using the clip you were talking about. Yeah, but I don't think I can play it. I don't think I can play it. It'll cause an issue. I think it will cause an issue. I think it will cause an issue. I think it will cause an issue. Let me look right now and find out. Uh-huh. I get it. Seems like the most solid argument. Well, indigenous starting when? Yeah, people can look it up on their own. I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's throughout all of time. That's how land was taken. I mean, what? Like, I mean, just because after World War II, all of a sudden the world got together and said, "Oh man, nobody can take any more land by conquest now." Yeah. By the way, happy Tina Peters Freedom Day. That's right. She's going to be freed today. We all agree that that's a good thing. So the slogan may be catchy, but it's false. The falsity, even when fashionable, is not justice. Alexander Muse. He's a great guy. He writes a bunch of good stuff. I like his stuff. I think it's really, really good. I think it's really, really good what he does. I do. Oh, there's this thing too that I saw. I wasn't going to play it, but now I will. Because there's a lot of language. So a deranged reporter is attacked by a deranged leftist retard who says he's there for violence. So this is great because this is happening. This is like a protest. I believe this is a protest at the facility in be right back. No problem. Oh, it's June 1st. Yes, it is. People are always taking over land. Yeah. This is a reporter for GB News who's at the protest, the riots and stuff at the facility in New Jersey that they're protesting and stuff. And they're going to tell this guy to go home, get out of the country. You don't belong here. Go to your own country. It's like, motherfuckers, you're protesting for people to stay in this country. And you're telling somebody else, like, holy fuck, man. It's crazy. Might makes right is also a bad argument. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. It's the only argument, though. I mean, look throughout a history. I don't know. I mean, we theoretically tolerate great government to minimize the effects of violence against us from others, though we still use that institution to take for us from violence. I don't know if you don't know, but governments take money from you through the threat of violence. That's all they do.
Or what? 20 times more likely to commit sexual offenses than
the Brits?
Yeah, native Brits.
The Brits that colonized the whole world, you mean? That raped and pillaged the whole world to get the power that they have?
The Brits, yeah.
Yeah, the Brits that did that.
Yeah.
And you guys have the audacity to say that the Afghans and Somalis did what?
Well, it's not audacity, it's just a fact.
Is it not a fact? Is it not a fact that y'all colonized the world through rape, murder, and pillaging? Right or wrong?
That was true, yeah.
All right, then. So what are you talking about?
British Empire.
So what are you talking about then? How dare you? How dare you?
Why are you shouting?
What are you? Because you're. That's why. How dare you? You're talking facts? Let's talk facts.
In my
Let's
face.
talk. So do something about it.
I'm not.
Do
I'm a,
something
I'm
about
a
it, Brit.
my friend. I'm here.
Do something about it, Brit.
I'm here to ask questions.
How'd you get into this country? You talking about?
I'm here.
How dare you?
Why are you getting so
This
angry?
guy, look at this guy. How'd you get in this country? How'd you get in this country?
Because you're a piece of you're a liar.
You know you're
a liar. You're a liar.
Would you like me to show you the
You're a
government
liar,
data?
bro. I just
I'm not
asked
shaking. I'm
you.
not shaking.
I just asked you what did the Brits do to have the power they have? Answer that question. Answer that question. Answer that question. How did the Brits get their power?
Can you stop spitting in my face? What was the question?
He's speaking.
Why are you shaking? Why are you getting so angry?
Because drone is going. I'm holding everything back not to break your jaw.
Well, you can do it. You would get arrested.
I don't give a bro.
You get arrested.
I don't give a.
This doesn't make your argument look.
I came out here for.
This doesn't make your
I
argument
came
look
out here
very
for.
good. Came out
I
here.
ain't come out here to talk
for violence.
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's the left. That is the
started it?
violent
Who
left.
started it?
You give facts.
Who started
You
it?
came all the way over
Who
here.
started it?
You started it, didn't you?
Who started
You
it?
give facts,
You
you
came
give
all the way-
data, and they get violent.
Hey,
It's
You came all the way over here to start stuff, didn't you?
Started,
what
I'm
you see
gonna
on the
finish
streets
it.
of Newark last night.
Started,
go
I'm gonna
back to your
finish it.
country?
Started, I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah.
Do you hear that? He goes, why don't you go back to your country?
Newark last
Why
night.
don't you
Started,
go
I'm gonna
back to your
finish it.
country?
Started, I'm gonna finish
Wow, why don't you go back to your country? Wow, why don't all the people that are here illegally go back to their country? OGs would beat the censored word with a bat in the knees. Yeah, you know. Yeah, poop skin. Yeah, you ain't kidding. He's ready to go full South Africa. Hope he doesn't have a tire, fuel, and matches. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, send him to Liberia. Why not? There you go. Or faking gay. Could be.
finish it.
Yeah, I wish you well, my friend.
Started, I'm gonna finish it.
You're
Hey, why don't you go back to your country?
No, I live here at the moment.
Oh, you live here?
I do, yeah,
How'd
I've
you
got
get
a-
over here? What you do?
Aeroplane.
Oh, cool.
Oh, how'd you get here? Oh, aeroplane. Ah, yeah. This is what we're dealing with, people. Ignorance. Total ignorance. Dooga done. Yeah. This is what we're dealing with, man. What we're dealing with. You know, they're like, oh yes, we're so you know, the left is they're so tolerant. They want all these people. No one's illegal, but they go like, oh, this is a white guy. So tell him, how'd you get here? Why don't you go back to your country? Does he have Africa on his T-shirt? Well, I don't know. Is this what the young people call chimping out, asking for a friend? I think so. I think that's what they call chimping out. I think that's what it's called. We invented aeroplanes and shit. It's such a dumb argument. That's because this is stolen land. We have to let anyone who wants to come here and steal more of it. Yeah. No, it's conquered land. You know, I can't help but the Brits decide to pussy out and give back all the shit that they conquered. We ain't giving up shit. Come and pry it from my cold, dead hands. Senator Doug Bergens nails it after artists bail on performing for the America 250. Some musicians want to play music for everybody, and some musicians seem to have segmented their audience the same way politicians have. He applied for a work visa, got on a plane, you know, the legal way. Yeah, that's a chimp out. That is a chimp out.
Let's just start with the big picture, which of course is celebrating our 250th anniversary as a country. I mean, what a miracle.
Yeah, we have him, but we lost Harambe. It's terrible.
Back and say, wow, how incredible is it? You think about the revolutionaries that fought Great Britain, won independence. You think about the battles that we went through the Civil War to hold the Union together. And then here we are across the nation, not just in D.C., holding events to celebrate this incredible thing, the abundance that we have, the freedoms we have, the freedom of speech we have. And the Great American State Fair running 15 days here on the Mall, starting in late June and going through July 10th, is a celebration of all 50 states and all territories. There was a plan. There is a planned event for the opening of that, and of course, I with a smile on my face, I can't say it. I can't wade into the politics of musicians because you know, some musicians want to play music for everybody, and some musicians seem to have segmented their audiences the same way you know, politicians have. But this is Freedom 250, and the celebration of the 250 is a nonpartisan event. And I would encourage you know, everybody in America to get out, celebrate in your own way, celebrate in your own community. And if you're here, you know, over those 15 days, you get a chance to see the amazing things going on across all of our 50 states.
The argument.
Wow, amazing things. Yeah, amazing things about the 50 states. Yeah. Still the happiest woman in America. Yeah, right? Look at that face. Ugh, Dana Bash. I mean, when I think of Dana Bash, there's some things I'd like to bash. Just saying. Some things I'd like to bash over there. Millionaire communist Hassan Piker and his large entourage quickly leave the protest area after being shouted at by those who accuse him of being an animal abuser and a fraud. Oh, wow. What do you know? Huh. He's going to get yelled at by this black guy.
Institutions that are doing this violence feel a sense of accountability, and they change.
That's a political philosophy, right? That's what it says. I know what I was saying.
They getting him out of there. He just got to. Something just happened, bro. Something just happened. Be careful. I just seen a nigga bust his ass right there. Wait, what happened? What happened that quick? What happened?
He's a fucking fraud. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. People following him because he got money.
Yeah.
Look at him running. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Fuck Twitch. They get out of here with them view bots. You view botting pussy. The fuck out of here, you view botting bitch. The fuck out of here, nigga. Go back to your desktop, you dog abuser. You fucking dog abuser. You abuse dogs, huh?
I don't
You
know.
fucking bitch. You abuse dogs, right? How about we abuse you?
Damn.
You fucking punk. You abuse dogs? Word? What's up? What's up? You abuse dogs too? What's up? You fucking dog abuser, get the fuck out of my shit. Fuck out of here. Fuck Twitch. Go suck Dan Clancy dick. Punk, yeah, I ain't talking to you. Respect women, queen. I would never disrespect you, queen. Stay in your lane. This for my people right here. I don't even know this nigga. This is my people. Fuck you. Fuck Twitch. You dog abusing bitch. Yeah, you dog abuser. Yeah. You abuse dogs, right?
It sounds like maybe these people in New Jersey don't like Hassan Piker. They don't want this Islamist, commie, fuckface, socialist there. Sledge-O-Matic, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I saw a short video where Don Cheadle found out his ancestors were owned by the Indians. Ooh, that couldn't have went over well. Claiming her harm is legitimately a big old can of worms. Preying on it during Trump running. You can see thousands of streets supporting him. It was great. I think Be Like Water Media was covering it. These morons would kill just to be ignorant. Yeah. There's a few bands musicians say they don't want MAGA supporters as fans. Funny, I don't enjoy their music anymore. Yeah, well, this is a chimp out. Okay. Maybe I'll pull that up. Might not want to watch that one on stream. Oh, okay. Good for the morning. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. I'll see. I will decide. I will make the decisions here. They'll make the decisions here. I don't see it. Sanglant. Where did you post it? Where did you post it? I swore. Oh, it's on. Okay, that's all right. For some reason, I thought it was on. I'll look at that. Well, they don't even show it. They just say they don't show it. She just talks about it. We are the best flawed country the world has ever known. These idiots have no concept of the struggles and sacrifices of the settlers. Yeah. It's gold, though. Gotta love Gail. Yeah. I only Hitler. Oh, now I'm confused. Yeah, me too. So much fun watching him get called out in real life. Get behind your camera, Hassan. That's good, right? 14 deep crew for Piker. That guy's a pussy. Yeah. Working backwards in observation, North African Islamic countries still practice slavery. They do. So what the whole New Jersey governor meant by outside agitators? Yeah. Hassan's going to go and blame Asmund Gold for that interaction. They're abusing the dogs. They are. Mm-hmm. Damn, I just got here. There's too many live streams Sunday night. What'd I miss? I'm going to have to rewind. Well, listen, old mean lady, don't worry about it. You can rewind. We'll be here. Weirdos, if you abuse Jog Jim or Duck, I will hunt you down. No, you don't have to worry about that. I like how his dog is on screen and doesn't even have to electrocute him like Shank's nephew. Nope, my dog is awesome. And the camera will, if she moves, the camera tracks her. Don't hurt hamsters either. That's right. Nick had to turn it off after about 5 minutes. What, this? Or you're talking about the woman? Oh.
You think that's sexy? You think that's sexy? You think don't touch me. You think abusing dogs is sexy? You think abusing dogs is sexy? You think abusing dogs is sexy, you weird ass bitch? What's up?
It's not just him.
Okay, so fuck him then. Fuck him then. Why you walking with him if he did it? Why you walking with him if he abused his dog?
Look at this motherfucker.
Why you walking with him if he abused his dog? So if you condone that, fuck you too. Okay, come on. Come on. Yeah, we can run. Let's run. Let's run, baby. I like running. Let's run. Let's run. Let's run. I like your red hair. It's nice.
That kid, that spoiled rich white kid that's here sucking Hassan's dick, following him around. I'm surprised I'm surprised he was allowed to walk away without catching one. That's all I'm going to say. Because yeah. I don't know who's mad at who at this point. It looked to me like the one guy was wearing a Black Panthers global commie cucks. Yeah, it was our dog died in December. I hate dog abusers. I hate dog abusers too. Yeah, Hassan is never going to live down the dog thing. No, he's not. He's not. But if at the beginning of the video, the guy had the new Black Panther Party thing. There's been this whole thing where the Black Panthers basically the Black Panthers came out and said yeah, you guys aren't Black Panthers. Fuck you. This shit you're doing with these commies and the Muslims, we're not down with that. The Canadian PM now says he wants to make America great again.
Yo, you abuse dogs, you fucking weirdo. You abuse dogs, you weirdo. Fuck Twitch. Don't touch me.
I didn't touch shit.
Get shit, yo. You smell like shit though. Back up. You do. Fuck Twitch. Fuck Twitch and fuck you. Fuck Twitch and fuck you. You fucking view botter. Yo, you abuse your dog? That's crazy, bro.
That's pretty fucked up that this woman, this smelly woman, according to him, I'm just reporting what he said. He called her, told her she stinks, had to come and defend Hassan and jump in front. Like, what the hell? Then he turns around and says something else to what he thinks is a different group. He doesn't know how the internet works. Yeah.
Yo, your dog got a shot collar?
What you angry about?
Your dog got a shot collar?
Get the fuck out of here.
What, you gonna hit me?
What are you angry? No, I'm not gonna hit you.
Okay, so what? I'm in public though. Freedom of speech. He's a dog abuser. He's a dog abuser. He's a dog abuser. Why are you condoning a dog abuser? Fuck Twitch. You abuse your dog. You abuse.
Yeah. So yeah, worth the night in jail. Yeah, like that broad. Honestly, that broad that came up and put her hands on him like this. Like, you people don't know who you're fucking with, man. Don't do that shit. Like, walk the other way. Yeah, that redhead stinks. Yeah, she's got a stank. They call her stank ass. Yeah, she's a good dog. Loves her mama. Loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl. Crazy about Elvis. Loves mom and a boyfriend too. 'Cause I'm free falling. There's another video here too somewhere. There's another video. See, this guy says the Black Panther Party, Panther Power. These are the guys. They're like, what? Fuck you, Hassan. I'm saving that because I like that. So this is the massive arrest. Oh, here's the arrest happening. They're saying these are arrests happening in Newark. Oh, there are people getting arrested. I'll stand my ground and I won't back down. You can take me down to the gates of hell and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I stand my ground. Multiple arrests made as local state police in Newark move in on the rioters. Is this the same fucking video? No. They're being too lenient. I agree. The only time countries were conquered by force were through royal marriages. That is correct. That is correct. Correct. That is correct. Is he fucking dead? Son of a bitch. Oh, man. Oh, man. I got nobody to raid. Portland Andy, I guess. Ain't nobody alive on YouTube's. Hold on a second. Okay, he's live. Sorry. All right. Boom. Let's see what else we got. I know there was another video, Hassan, I saw. Mass arrests are surging. Oh, here we go. This is a good one.
Zip tied.
Eric has better arrest videos. Okay, I'll take one. That's for tonight. You work at a curfew? Yes, for tonight. You work at a curfew. Black Panther Party are strong.
Guys trying to casually block the shot for sure. See protesters limping. And it's just like ICE agents. ICE agents are beating the protesters, and now you got the New Jersey State troopers.
I hope they're beating them.
Local police doing it.
I hope they're beating them. 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 I hope they're beating them all. How's that? How's them apples?
There's a few people still sitting down over there with their arms behind their backs.
I hope they're all getting beat. How's that? Oh, what's it say? Crying Chuck says, gee, y'all couldn't sleep, so it's related to your stuff. Anti-fatard after being hit with a rubber bullet. Oh, well, I'm going to have to get that.
Yeah, you
Thank
hear
you,
that?
Chuck.
Mercado, say that again.
Yeah, those are the noises we made when I was in the military. It sounds like an army formation moving, getting commands to go.
It sounds like an army, and that's the type of energy that the state police are bringing out here.
Can't really play
to control what they have their riot gear to control what they were worried a riot was going to happen. Instead, it was peaceful protesters. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, John. They rioted. The only violence tonight was from the state police of New Jersey, under the orders of Mikey Sherrill, who says she just wants to protect protesters, but she just wanted her chance to unleash her troops.
To unleash your troops. Yeah, that's what you wanted to do. Unleash your troops. That's what you wanted to do. Oh, saw this. What's going on here? Wait a minute. What is happening here? Oh, this is a good one. Check this out. Family explodes in a courtroom rage. Uncle and stepdad leap the barrier to beat the alleged killer. Red states need to form militia groups. Blue states will try to expand Antifa to a full insurgency. I think so. Listen to these liberal faggots. Oh, yeah, they're crybabies. Yeah, Rodney King, those inept, incompetent, moronic fools. Yeah, well. Protesters were peaceful because the fucking riot police were there. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I like it, but I can't really play it because Salty Cracker. It would be like it's his content that he created. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like a video like reporting thing. Like he edited it. It's a clip from him. I can't really do that. In a rare moment of pure fury, the family of a murdered Eliana Farfan didn't wait for justice. They stormed the barrier, attacked the suspect, Alexander Ortiz, right in the Albuquerque courtroom. After Ortiz gunned down Eliana in cold blood and killed another woman days later, her loved one snapped. If we can't win large majorities for Trump in Congress and midterms, Antifa's days are over. If we can, yes, if we can. If we win, yeah, we can get rid of them. No more sitting quietly. The public is cheering these men, showing what real justice looks like. Well, let's see. Let's see what real justice looks like. This is the murderer. Uh-oh. Boom. They're going to get his ass. Get his ass. Get him. Oh, another guy just comes up and starts beating him now, too. Wow. So that's 3 guys. Now a woman's going to come start beating him, too? Wow. More people coming up here beating people? Oh, no, that's other people fighting family members, so. Maybe that was the guy's family. The killer's family came to protect him. Wow. So he deserved it. Probably more. Did that guy just get beat up by a girl? Kind of looked like it. I don't know. Salty doesn't care if you blast his content. Are you sure? I would hate to get us. Are you sure? Are you guys sure? All right, I'm going to take your word for it. But if I get a strike, I'm going to be mad. Just saying. This is from Salty Cracker, who's I'm a fan. You know.
We're willing to fucking die here, right?
The ball is growing. It works at so many levels.
Would you look at that, Abe? Like some sort of stupid rubbery dildo signal going off in the sky. Lefty terrorists are flocking to New Jersey, apparently to set trash on fire in the middle of the street.
Yeah, big fan, Salty, by the way. Just so you know. I wish I could be half the broadcaster you are.
To appease their climate change gods? Is that what we're doing? Is this how? Oh, we're bashing fast for George Floyd right now to eat the rich for a free Palestine. What else, Slava Ukraine? You guys doing in that stupid shit anymore? Slava, remember the Ukraine? No, you don't. That's weird. No, lads, these dumb goofballs over here are again setting all that trash on fire to support illegal alien criminals who've broken into our country because no human is illegal. Oh, that's weird. No, that's a stupid thing to say. It's a fundamentally wrong thing. I'm sorry. Did I land in opposite world? No, there's plenty of people who are here illegally. You know, overstaying your visa, that's illegal. Breaking into the country, that's illegal. Coming in here under false pretenses, it's all illegal. It's all illegal. And we got to have a place to put these people while we process them to kick them out of this place. No, we'll set that place on fire. Seems like you're aiding in a...
Well, I mean, it seems like I was just wanting to see the video of the guy getting hit in the balls. Let's see. Finally got hit by a rubber bullet, start screaming, we're willing to die here. Yeah, okay.
They think they're gonna fucking scare us? We're willing to fucking die here, right?
I accept that. I'm all right with that. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. He's live streaming this. Look at everybody. Look at me. Look at me. Look. What? No, I'm a good streaming this. You're a douchebag. You're over here filming this for your own gain. By the way, see how that works out. I'm dying here, man. What do you stand for?
You don't stand for shit. Except for fascism, right? And white supremacy, right? That's your literal profession. It's slave catcher.
I thought I saw a video. He doesn't have it. I saw a video of this guy laying on the ground. Thought I saw a video of the guy laying on the ground. Well, everybody, we went 3.5 hours. Salty wants all the attention again. We went 3.5 hours. We didn't make the goal for another hour. I'm going to send everybody over to see. Portland Andy. He is still streaming. He's got some live coverage of all the stuff. I don't know how much longer he's going to be going, but that's where everybody's going on both YouTube and Rumble. Over to Portland Andy. I hope you have fun. I'll see you all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Come back for Jim to tell you the news.